to fare this team?
I think it's really difficult to really predict how things are going to go this time around. It's like everybody kind of says it, that every year the competition gets harder, and I feel like we just see it over and over again. And yes, that thing last year with TNC was definitely a big upset, but we see upsets like that fairly regularly. There's a lot of teams that are renowned as the best, but the best are not that much better than the second best than they used to be. So upsets like that are more likely. OG, our team, I think have a very good shot at minimum top 8. Top 6 is definitely possible. Top 4 is less likely, and then going all the way, I think, you know, I just can't say it. I think going all the way is unlikely for any team. That's the whole point. Like, there's nobody where I'm like, this team is making top 4, no question.
When everyone started predicting like who was going to win, like you could probably go down to like limit your pool to an 8, and then just find an 8-sided dice, roll it, and then see who's going to come up. And that's probably your best way of deciding who's going to win TI.
It's pretty close to that at this point. Maybe you narrow it down a little bit more and say like top 6 or top 4, but beyond that, honestly, going into the tournament, it's impossible to say. Maybe we'll know more after a couple of days of groups. Maybe a team really stands out as being above the rest. But with the merit the teams have going in and what we've seen over the last couple of months, I don't think there's like a massive favorite.
S4, you on it. You on it. Let it out.
Oh,
Let it out. Let it out,
S4 is ready
S4.
to play. It's like,
he looks at us like, Lich. Why am I going up
can we
against
play the main
Lich?
event already?
Just like, you know, can I just like sleep through this? You know, no, just pick Arc Warden. Just Arc Warden it. Like, we'll just out push him that way. It's fine.
Oh.
And a Winter Wyvern with the Nyx Assassin as the first 2.
Okay, so this is very different from what we saw in the last game, and there's a couple of things. So first of all, Sand King Shaker are banned again, or they were banned in the first game, and in the second game Sand King got through. Earth Spirit Kunkka, lots of 4 bans. Look at that, four potential position 4 heroes banned, and a couple of them can go offlane. First pick Nyx, that was a hero that was banned both games in the last series we saw, so seems to be a very hot pick right now. And then Cloud9 grabbing the Lich instantly and the NS that we've seen contested. This Wyvern pick is really weird for me, because most of the time this hero gets picked up as a counter pick. You pick it for Cold Embrace and you pick it for Winter's Curse, which both abilities are very strong against physical damage. And then you look at Cloud9's heroes and you're like, what is one thing these 2 heroes don't have? It's physical damage. It's like the only thing they really don't do. They give vision, they have slow, they have silence, they have mobility on the Night Stalker, you have ganking potential, you don't have physical damage. Let's go Wyvern!
But it's just then one of those like flight things. Like, I always picked up Phoenix because of this. Like, Firebird was last TI, now it's Frostbird this time.
Maybe.
Like, it becomes that lane harasser. Maybe it's another setup as well for a bigger AoE controller. We can look towards S4's Enigma play.
Darkseer?
Darkseer could also be another one. Like, you just... I don't think like any other AoE control that Wyvern can do where it's not about who he counters, it's who he synergizes.
They're not picking, just going for a flat-out bad pick on second pick, you know. Nobody, that's not going to happen. It's interesting to me. I'm just curious to see what they're going to do with it. I love Wyvern. I think it's one of the most fun heroes to play as a support and very like unique in design. So I'm just happy we get to see it. This is just not the conditions I was expecting to see it picked under. So here comes the co-op for Cloud9. Alchemist banned, by the way, noteworthy.
Yep.
Both Alchemist and Anti-Mage. OG banning very heavy farming split push heroes, which is maybe surprising. That's something we generally see OG pick themselves.
The Anti-Mage maybe not so much. The Anti-Mage was another one of those heroes which we're flagging as a good safe laner for this entire tournament.
Yeah, maybe No-Tail just doesn't like it at all.
Maybe just doesn't want Eternal Envy playing. It's like, I don't want to get pushed into a position where we have to play like 50 minutes to 60 minutes worth of a game where everything can be just decided on one bad play. Or I have to always pressure Eternal Envy. Can I just let him be who he wants to be, but not farming to a point where I'm going to worry about what he's going to be? Yeah. Either way, Fly. Now to pick up. And do you actually see S4 actually running the Nyx Assassin in this game? Or do you feel like you can run a 4-position Nyx?
I think it's almost only a 4. I think this hero is really weak in the offlane, actually. The problem that Nyx has as a position 3 is that he does fairly poorly in a lot of 1v2s, and actually a lot of 1v1s, and 1v3s you can get shut down completely. What's your recovery plan? You can't really jungle. You are not that good at making lane swaps and then suddenly being in another lane and playing that, because then you're also going to lose that matchup. And in addition to that, you have a position 3 who doesn't farm. Like, Nyx is a scout. So if you put this hero on position 3 and he starts running around, if you don't make plays, you're just falling behind as a 3 instead of as a 4. Or even a 5. I'm pretty sure this is a position 4 Nyx. We're going to see the TA grabbed here for Ana, so OG definitely getting a comfort pick in that regard. Queen of Pain, not the easiest matchup, but it's definitely playable.
It's the confidence in Ana to also win that lane. Like, if he's got a little bit of help from Wyvern, maybe they can just harass the Queen of Pain out of the mid, cause a large amount of problems for Fada, and that's probably what we are going to see in the or whoever else is going to. The Night Stalker is going to be doing the same thing to the team.
They did pick TA into both a Quap and a Lich. Lich is actually not too bad. Ice Armor is very powerful against TA. I think it's often overlooked. When you talk about Lich, people like focusing on like the laning of Sacrifice and the harassment, and then you have Chain Frost, and of course Ice Armor is definitely mentioned, but it's probably a bigger part of the hero than some people expect, and picking TA into that is a bit surprising to me. To be honest with you, I haven't really liked or followed the logic in OG's draft order so far, so I'm just looking forward to being surprised with what the idea is here. But this, to me, if you asked me, if you freeze framed this and you asked me who picked what when, I would have thought that this was actually Cloud9 counterpicking every time. Cloud9 first picked Lich, and then they got the heroes as counterpicks every time. Bit surprising. Here comes the Bat Rider. Good hero against Templar Assassin. Pretty bad against Nyx, though. One of the worst matchups Bat Rider has at all. It's a hero that can find Bat. You have Carapace against Firefly.
It seems like Quap as well as Bat Rider are going to have a hard time against that. Yeah. And, well, they go for the Phantom Lancer. We saw him being banned out in the previous series we had on the mainstream. And now he's going to be picked up. The 4th position.
This series to me just already, at least OG, seem like they have a completely different view on Dota than the last match. That's always very interesting to see when teams go in like this. You generally don't have an end result where it's like, you were right, you were wrong, but there will be some adaptations coming along the way where they're gonna like merge more toward each other. But right now, this is a completely different style of Dota from OG than we saw.
Which is exactly what they probably wanted to achieve. Like, we understand, like, Sebastian, their coach behind the scenes, Flying No-Tail probably, like, hashing out as many ideas as we possibly can. And OG's biggest problem last TI was the fact that they were very predictable. You knew the type of gameplay they were going to play, the type of timing they would play, their exact movements. So throwing a spanner in the works in the group stage is a fantastic, as long as they can still get victories, of course. You don't want to find yourself sitting on the edge of that elimination game. But definitely mixing things up, making sure that everyone doesn't just think you're a one-trick pony, making sure that people aren't confident going up against you because they know what they're going to get. And OG, a lot of eyes are on them, no matter how much pressure you probably take off them, because they're like, oh, they're just underperforming lately. They still won the majors. They still stepped up when the time counted. And this is something which a lot of teams will still have a lot of respect for. And OG, they need to keep teams on their toes up against them, and I think this is a really good way to start. It's still confident in its way. There's still stability.
Oh, that's a good ban. That's a really good ban.
There goes your extra physical damage to Sven.
It's one of the heroes that you actually like playing Wyvern against, but Sven is good against PL and TA. Like, very good. And they OG have
so
chosen
much armor with ice armor as well if they had him.
OG have chosen to show 2 physical damage cores and pick 2 greedy heroes in both PL and TA. Like, I know last game I said PL was a less greedy pick than, what was the other one I was mentioning, Spectre. But in that's, it still is a pretty farm-oriented hero, no matter how you look at it. There's greedier heroes, but there's definitely also less greedy heroes. Well, we'll see how OG distribute their farm in this game and how they put their lanes. PL is good against it.
It's a Centaur.
Classic OG stuff. So, yeah, offlane Cent, Nyx, Wyvern supports, and these.
It's a lot of survivability out from OG. Like, is this when you start questioning, like, what does Cloud9 do? You ban out this Sven, you ban out that heavy amount of physical damage that he could have brought to the fight. Where is that damage output coming from C9? Queen of Pain does her Sonic Wave combination, and then it's what? What is this EE hero?
I think Venomancer is pretty.
Is that enough damage, though? Because Centaur can just disengage with Stampede.
It might not be enough. It's either that or you go for some really, I think possibly safe lane Ember, but you don't want to pick Ember into Nyx. That's a pretty bad matchup, actually.
Yeah.
But Ember is pretty good against PL. He's pretty good against TA. Good against Wyvern. And I'm just thinking about Envy heroes, and there's nothing coming to mind right now that would be amazing. But they have to choose, and it is...
Juggernaut. The last hero that's left, which actually has enough damage and sustain that maybe they can fight in the lane. Clearance might be a bit of a problem, but if we kind of do also understand like the PL is not an illusion hero anymore, or isn't really an illusion. Very short burst, so the Maelstrom build on the Juggernaut.
Yes, Jugger's the type of hero that wants to go Mjolnir in this game, for sure. It's very high value against the PL. It's good against TA. You get refraction down faster. Good attack speed. You have the Chain Lightning proc to remove that. I
have a critical question for you. Is it really a Bat Rider when he's not riding a bat? Shouldn't it be Manta Rider?
Bat Raider.
Could be a Raider? He's not a Raider.
It's a Ray. Manta Ray. Bat Raider.
But he's not Bat. He's not a bat.
I know.
It's the person. It's what he's riding, right?
Yeah.
I do think that's a nice little spin on it, the Bat Raider. But
well, just say that's what it is. That's the lore behind it. Okay, it's fine. Don't worry about cosmetics. They all make sense. This Phantom Lancer is wearing a shovel and a triangular hat, a wizard hat. He's still a Phantom Lancer. Is it actually a shovel? It looked like a shovel. I put on my shovel and my wizard hat.
To battle go.
Actually, how far cosmetics have come. Okay, so anyway, let's have a look at the game as we pause. Okay, nice. Way to blow the steam out of that.
It's not a shovel, it's an oar.
It's an oar?
It's an oar. It is the Humble Drifter's oar on the Phantom Lancer.
That's a very nice name for a shovel.
It's a common weapon from Bell. I'm surprised. I am very surprised. But then again, why would he spend money on a cat character? He would spend money on a dog character.
Wait, what just happened?
What?
So Jarex is TPing to his own base and says his TP bugged, and then the Radiant are also saying we bugged.
Alright, so they both bugged out when they TP'd out. Yeah.
I'm not sure what happened.
But AUI and Pylidea both committed their TP scrolls to go out, where it was only Jirax from OG who committed his.
Where's AUI? AUI is TPing top. It's not...
Alright, so it's up to the admin for how we move forward from here.
Okay. Anyway, I wanna, like, whether we remake or not, wanna look a bit at these lineups because it's so different. Okay, here we go.
Okay, so no remake.
The OG lineup is very different from what we've seen as of late, whereas Cloud9 is more in line with stuff we've seen. It's pretty fight-centric, has vision and ways of engaging, it has team fight and scaling heroes, whereas OG's is a lot more, I want to say, counterplay-focused. Like PL being able to disengage, Winter's Curse, Spike Carapace from the Nyx Stampede to get out, and then really greedy farmers that need time to build up. Playing playing TA and PL together is often not that advisable because of like you basically put yourself on the back foot for a while. Like your lineup is just not strong at fighting back. But if they manage to get through that phase, they're very strong later on.
Doesn't this seem like that old school OG?
Yeah, where they were always playing like 1 or 2 saving supports, and then they played greedy core. I wonder if they found that style works better again. I guess we'll have to see.
Well, you got the saving support that comes in the form of the Winter Wyvern, and
it
in a way
doesn't really save against this lineup, though, does it?
No, but that's also because you picked it so early on that Cloud9 were not going to say, "Hey, we're gonna draft something which you can now counter."
That's what I thought too.
But then you also have Nyx Assassin. You've got like the counter to almost everything they've got, so he can do the saving.
I think the Nyx pick turned out very good this game, even though it got first picked. We're gonna see how it works out. Hero is
Jirax. Is he actually going to try this? It's like, hi, Father. Father's leaving go. He's like, no battle, no contest. I lay my wings down at your feet. Father, okay, Jirax is not accepting this. Boots first, Nyx Assassin rotations. He'll keep Father as well looking behind him. Thanks to the fact that Father didn't get the bounty rune, he's not going to bring out the salve early on.
I like this laning from Cloud9. Very good. They're putting They're putting the Night Stalker mid in the start to harass the TA and give the Quap an advantage. Bottom lane, they have Batrider against Centaur, which is a very Batrider favored lane. And then top, they have this Lich dual lane that is able to get the wave back and annoy this OG, together with a Juggernaut, who can't really get killed here.
Both sides are starting off the harassment. Eternal Envy's already committed his spin. No-Tail's got Dragon Lance of Fireball, chipping down Eternal Envy. They have to burn through... They didn't bring that many consumables to the top lane. So they're going to have to burn through a lot of their tangos already between Pilot Eye and Envy. He at least has the salve available.
They're gonna be all right for a while.
S1 needs to switch his build up a little bit. He needs to get that stick as early as he can against MSS.
Either stick or... I think it might be better to just rush the boots, actually.
He's got Tranquils in his quick buy.
Yeah. The real challenge is getting to the shop.
Heh.
That is not going to be easy. If MSS can play this lane however he wants, he's going to outfarm the Centaur quite a lot because he can push this wave and then he can go and farm his side camp with Firefly and stack it if he wants. And there is nothing Centaur can do. So, there we go. Boots picked up for Batrider, so head start here for him. Already up 4-1.
Bringing help up to top lane. Jirax, the double stun is beautiful. Pilot die. He goes for Frost Armor at level 2, but that won't actually stop No-Tail from taking the first blood. They'll lose Jirax. But it looked like a sacrifice OG was willing to make by making him run underneath the tier 1 tower to line up the double stun.
You're generally okay as the team on the receiving end if you trade kills in a 3-on-2. That's pretty good. It was first blood though, so obviously good for OG, but if you go for 3-on-2 lane, you generally just get a kill. And that's it. But the counter kill for C9 there was good for them.
We got a first little bit of a lane rotation. No-Tail has switched himself down to the bottom lane. S4 is going to head up towards the top, but in mid lane, Jirax with that haste rune. Just trying to cause problems. He stole from underneath the nose of AUI. But it's more of just keep your eyes behind your back at all times.
This is a very good lane matchup for PL now, bottom. This is part of the reason OG picked the Lancer, is how well he fares against Batrider. So you can always doppelganger off the stacks of sticky napalm. You have a good, reliable slow that you can get in with, and you can actually just fight the Batrider when he goes on you. You lance your fight back, and then you...
I don't think Fada really meant to do that. He blinked up into the small area just south of the Ancients, and then attacked uphill, revealing the fact they had an Observer Ward there.
Oh.
And this was scouted by OG. The ping came very shortly after it happened.
The ward only has a minute and a half left on it. They got a majority of the value out of it anyway.
Yeah. Just small little things.
Yep.
S4's going to have the time of his life now on the top lane. Eternal Envy and Pilot Eye know they can't kill him. Like, at least Frost Arm means S4's not going to try and physically harass Eternal Envy down. No-Tail, I think he's fine. Like, MSS can Firefly all he wants.
Bigger problem here for OG, the way I see it, is that all three cores of Cloud9 are having a good time, and this mid lane, Ana is just not going to win. It's not, in the first place, it's not that good of a matchup, and he's getting countered really hard by this Night Stalker, and now it's only going to get worse. So Ana is stacking his Ancients, and he currently got Dragons and Ancient Prowlers.
Yeah, he actually had a bugging Dragon. A Dragon didn't move off the camp when he attacked. Sorry, one of the Satyrs, the Prowlers. It just stayed there when he attacked it. So he didn't actually get his...
Fly is...
boned.
Mucho dead.
He's trying to fly over the tree line. He's out of range of everything until AUI takes to the skies. And he'll fall. Meanwhile, in mid lane, Anna looking for the kill over on Fada with a stun from Jirax and that Meld Strike. It does the damage, but Anna's in trouble. MSS, the best rotation he could have asked for. Now you've almost got a level 6 Batrider under 5 minutes into this game, taking a solo kill on a Templar Assassin.
It's still a very important kill for OG to get regardless. Anna getting the kill on Fada.
Oh, Jirax, no, not like this, Jirax. he got hit and petrified and desecrated by the frickin' Prowler.
Oh, that is not good.
They can't stack because the Observer was blocking it again.
They're putting a lot of emphasis on this mid lane, and they can get away with it because their side lanes are so good. Night Stalker hasn't even really needed to do much else. He made that very quick move top to kill the Wyvern, but apart from that, AUI has been targeting this mid lane a lot. Ana has skilled Meld, dodges the Shadow Strike nicely there.
Eternal Envy, do you want to go under that? There's still a Centaur. Very deep under the town, but with the help from AUI, they got another creep wave here as well. S4 will have to make a break for the tree line. He goes for the Hawk Stomp, at least keeps AUI in position, but with the spin damage, S4 will fall. And Cloud9 showing they're not afraid to dive underneath those tier 1 towers. Especially when OG are committing resources elsewhere, aka Ana now trying to farm the stacks. Yeah, there is that Prowler. He's not moving again. He refuses to get off that dire camp.
Wait, what is happening?
I'm not certain.
Is this... So, the biggest concern for me is that this isn't happening to Loda. Because that's how it always is.
Oh, bad
I guess
things come to Loda.
S4 is there. So, we have an honorary member of the bug-finding committee in the game.
Are we saying this has to be a Swedish curse? Why is Australia the one having to pay for the Swedish mistakes?
Yeah, poor Ana. This is really...
Yeah, the upside is, though, Jirax did do a triple stack of the Ancients to the south. So they have those to turn for, but as you said, like, the Templar Assassin was not gonna, like, hands down win the mid lane, but you win by playing the catch-up with Templar Assassin. That's her biggest strength. She's able to play the Ancient game. I think Ana has had enough. He's gonna take the bottom.
Oh, top lane is 4.
Yeah, quick hoof stomp, but once again, he hoof stomps the Night Stalker, spin from Eternal Envy, he's gonna be unaffected, and S4 will die once more. But the trade-off is Jirax flying No-Tail, pressuring the bottom, and now No-Tail, even with these kills coming the way of Eternal Envy, No-Tail is contesting him for the highest net worth position. It's only like 100 or so away from each other.
Yep. We're evening out the tower score here. Both safe lane towers gone, minute 7. That's pretty early. But sometimes rotations just play in favor of this.
Yeah.
And now, honestly, the big story of this game is going to be the next 10 minutes. Like, does Ana get to farm a lot or not? The stacks will need to be contested by Cloud9, and they will need to be continued to made by OG. S4 has a long recovery curve ahead of him. This, I think, is a really hard Centaur game, personally.
Ana actually didn't do his stack.
Nope.
That dire stack is still there, so Jirax is lining up once again to stack it. Alright, I want to see if this adder is just permanently rooted to the ground. No, he's fine. He'll move. Just seems like when he's attacked at the start, he's like, I refuse to leave.
Yeah, now the stack failed, though, because now there's a ward.
Yeah.
I wanted to start getting paranoid. Like, why is this happening?
Is there an invis hero? Is Night Stalker just sitting on a cliffside nearby that's blocking this? Like, what's going on? S4 might be in trouble once more. Eternal Envy just commits the Omni Slash. S4 misses the hoof stomp. Eternal Envy very quick into the Blade Fury. Allows him to be immune and just spin away from the tier 2 tower.
4-0 on Jugger.
Oh, that's a beautiful sight, man.
He's having a very good start here. Oh, bottom lane, No-Tail. There's a haste on Fata, though. He does have Sonic Wave.
14 one-charges on No-Tail, however. He's got... Okay, now he's going to commit them. One more lance is available. Support will not come. Nyx Assassin's too busy trying to help Ana take the stack. He's doing these line impale stuns to give Ana that time to attack in. He's only just got his treads to arrive.
And you have to take this in one go because the Prowlers are healing the camp up very fast.
Yep.
Again, and once the Acolytes start dying, you farm this pretty fast. So
it's gonna be nice for Jirax too. This is some good levels for him. Get him closer to having his level 6 so he can be that proper rotation. But meanwhile, all this is happening. Eternal Envy basically dominates the top lane with the help of Pylai. There's nothing S4 can get out of this. So you're delaying the Blink Dagger and progression on the Centaur. Are you still okay with this? Considering the trade-off you're taking, like farm for a Templar Assassin for a slowed down Centaur.
I don't think they have much choice. This lineup of OG is very slow, so they're kind of at the mercy of what Cloud9 wants to do, and then they counterplay the best they can. Okay, you guys are top, we're going to farm the bottom ancient stack and push bottom with RPL. Okay, you guys are going to rotate, we'll rotate somewhere else. They're not willing or really able to take the fights, and in this game, S4 is just going to get sacked. I'm not sure where he can go, really, at this point. Once the Blink Dagger comes out later, he can have some big plays, but for now, he's kind of just screwed.
It's the OG space creation, right? I guess what they've done time and time again in the past is watching Ana just go ham, and then S4 can sit on the top lane farming. No-Tail's having a really good time with his farm on bottom lane. He's getting solo experience, causing real problems for Fada. And once his diffuser blade is up, he's also a ganker, he's also a hunter. A real problem for Cloud9, and that's when maybe we turn our attention to Eternal Envy. Going for the Ring of Aquila, going for the early drums. He looks to be going for a very combat kind of style, but is this going to be enough items to deal with the OG aggression when it comes? Speaking of which, Jirax has his vendetta because of that ancient stack. Scouts out 3 heroes moving towards the top lane.
Big info.
They even Sentry just to be safe. The Sentry ward for the Radiant side is a little bit too far over. Now the stun, it hits on Eternal Envy. If they can kill him off before he gets his spin, no, the spin will happen. The Cold Embrace tried to also save S4, who was in a little bit too deep, but it's OG, even with the information, they still cannot take the fight.
That was so sick from MSS. He instantly used Flame Break to knock the Centaur away so he didn't get the hoof stomp on. And after that point, I like that play from OG of trying to go for the Jugger the way they did. MSS was just way too fast, and OG didn't have good enough position to make that kill happen. The idea was good, the execution is just counterplays. Very nice out of the Batrider.
They try to protect that healing ward so much. Actually got through his full duration anyway. Just keep pressuring top lane. Notel will have to be up here to defend it. So S4 is finally getting that space he wants on bottom lane. With no tier 1 tower and the tier 2 tower taking a little bit of chip damage, looks like Cloud9 are still focusing more to the northern side of the map.
Meanwhile, Ana is getting a lot of fun. Cleared 2.5 ancient stack now, I think.
Number 1 net worth, 5.6k.
Yeah.
Compared to the Quap, who's 4.5k. Not exactly certain what AUI wants to achieve in the mid.
Trying to get into their heads here. He's trying to pretend that there's more pressure being applied here, or that there are other heroes in the neighborhood. Sometimes going for, like, it's such a low-cost play, right? He pays 100 mana to maybe try to mislead or intimidate a little bit. Dota is a very mental game a lot of the time, so it's like, oh, there's heroes missing, Night Stalkers running toward me, be ready to TP mid stuff, and then...
They scanned for it. They were worried about it. The scan happened to the north side of the tier 1.
Basically got into their heads a little bit there at no cost, so good stuff from AUI. And he feels confident probably because there's so little that can kill this Night Stalker. His plays are fairly minimal.
Yep.
Bottom lane, S4 again. I think they saw him. They saw him pulling. He's super dead if they get silence on him now.
They just found him.
Oh!
AUI.
That's some good fog.
Eternal Envy just backed out, and he already committed his phase boots to retreat. The creep wave's hitting the tier 2 tower. S4 knows something is awry. And in fact, now they just rotate in Jirax.
I don't think they...
I believe you're correct. Unless AUI wants to run underneath the camp, then they'll have a chance. But while that game's going on, the Blink Dagger is now on the Batrider, freshly to be revealed. They smoke up with Lich.
The biggest kill on the map except TA.
Oh, where's your jump? Notel does a react, doppelganger. Find the real one. Notel is trying to retreat back. He's got 17 one-charges of Fireball, and there's your Stampede. The Lich ulti flies forward. He's got no way to dodge it, and that will be a blink into a kill. At the same time, Nyx Assassin dies on the bottom lane. AUI is looking for more, but Ana is nearby. Has his full Desolator completed now, and they will not fight.
S4, he doesn't have Stampede now.
Oh boy, thought he wasn't going to fight, but now Wyvern TPs in, needs to get that Cold Embrace off, goes for the Curse, holding Eternal Envy in position. Ana waits, hits him with the Mel Strike. They need more damage. Eternal Envy, the healing ward is doing work, but no, AUI, the Void, Envy, Ana couldn't reach him. Side blades are just not big enough.
He stopped him mid-attack animation with that Void cast. Barely getting.
And now he wants to deny the rune. That ain't happening.
So they forced a TP and a Curse out of Wyvern at no cost, except that they didn't get the kill on the Centaur. And that gives Pilot Eye a lot of time to get some wards out here and getting some good information on the map. They pushed in top very nicely onto No Tail, so know very well what's going on. And this game right now, with the exception of TA, is looking very, very Cloud9. Getting so much out of the map. Much threat.
They've got better initiation and better vision control through AUI as well as now through the Blink Dagger of MSS.
There's a go.
Yeah, they're really trying to capitalize on their advantage, because I think they also understand, though, like, even with all this initiation, if OG have time to farm up...
Wait, Envy?
Is he baiting with this spin TP out?
That is so Envy. This is like ultra next level.
I'm leaving the fight, which is the damage we require to actually win the fight, but we'll still win the fight, because there's enough confidence in the rest of Cloud9 to not kill off Fly, who's retreating back to the T1 tower. The Lich holding Cold Embrace, he'll get a little bit of levels. Void level 4 is available. They'll still kill off Fly.
I think this is the first time I've seen someone spin TP out of his own gank. I mean, I guess it kind of worked. I just think he didn't need to do it. OG were already backing off. He didn't really find any information or...
He came straight back to the lane, like he TP'd to tier 2 and then just ran straight back into the lane, so it was intentional.
For sure. It would have been really nice if OG wanted to go for him. I think he was hoping that they were going to curse him and try to fight, because then his teammates coming in could go for a great counterplay.
Paladai slowed down. Fada's already triggered the Shrine, so Paladai won't have that regeneration. Jirax gets with a stun. Ana, one quick meld strike, and this Lich, for all the armor he might have, he won't survive, but they bring in the extra help. PL's arriving. Fada wanted to run. Sonic Wave, not worth committing. He's down, and AUI. Jirax has stun in 1 second time. They'll remove the vision. The stun, it doesn't reach. The Impale of Jirax cannot get that far. And AUI will be able to get back out to safety. And that OG, originally they're looking for Roshan. Maybe now they just take the tier 1 tower top.
It's really big for them that Ana has this much farm. He is doing all the damage right now. That fight he got, I think, 2 meld strikes off. The Pata reinitiating on the Queen of Pain turned out to be a big mistake. I think he had the right intention though. They're next to their shrine, they could have TP'd in hero to help and maybe take that fight. But
here we go, Blink Lasso, they found a big one. It's Ana, they'll protect him already with a Cold Embrace. As now the curse onto Eternal Envy. S4 prepping himself, but they just stampede out. OG make the call, this is not worth the squeeze, but maybe they still find Ana. He has a TP, killing off MSS, but the Omni Slash, Refraction was down, didn't have Meld as an option. No-Tail and Fly, both hit by the Sonic Wave of Fada. No-Tail escaping out if possible. Now the Lich Holding flies forward, he will go down. Fada claiming that kill, no doppelganger to work with, and there was not much that Jirax could do to help. Not once that Chain Frost went.
The silver lining for OG here is that there's no darkness, so I think C9 still are not in a position to really take any buildings right now, or get any good vision out. Jirax is still scouting. Pretty confident with his move, running through the river. Scc's there. Or his Vendetta is going to expire. Really learned too much there. Back toward mid. So Cloud9 still looking pretty good. I like this a lot from Pata, by the way. The rushing of Orchid against the lineup he's facing is extremely good against Wyvern and Nyx and PL. An absolutely great item this game. We see most Queens today go for the Veil first, but I think the Orchid build has a lot of merit in many games still.
OG are coming.
Autopilot.
They found a target. It's going to be Night Stalker. They do that instant stun. Hoof Stomp Blink does the work with the meld. At least he's got the Frost Armor. AUI very tanky on that Night Stalker. They'll finally kill him off. The curse on the Queen of Pain. Eternal Envy is currently killing his teammates at the moment. No-Tail wants to keep burning off the mana. That's why the Illusions run forward to help out. And OG, they could have just gone for Roshan instead. That line was very quickly drawn, saying they want to fight first. And then into a tier 1 tower once more.
S4 is ready to jump, but he's on the wrong side. Maybe he can find 5.
Envy. No-Tails all around him. The blinking from MSS, but Templar Assassin went with S4. They initiated into the backlines of Cloud9. Oh, and Cloud9 was initiated into the backlines of OG. It's basically skitter-scatter everywhere. Hit with the Meld Strike. Batrider wants a little bit more time to survive, and maybe the life is there. No, S4 will jump forward. Gets the double edge. They'll take the tower, and that was the cleaner fight that OG wanted on top lane before.
This actually looked like it was going to be a great opening for Cloud9 when they came from the bottom side, because S4 was standing on the stairs on the left, and he couldn't connect on anyone except Paladai, who walked on the left. So the whole Cloud9 team was on the bottom side, and one guy goes top, and that guy just dies, doesn't get any spells off, and OG kind of collapsed on them after that. So very big moment. They get the tower, they get the Roche, and now this game is all of a sudden looking a lot better for OG.
Yeah, this is that danger zone, right? Like OG, we're talking about their strength once their heroes come online, once we hit that mid game for them, and it's happened. We're hitting the 20-minute mark. This is where we begin the mid-game. Cloud9 haven't got enough momentum behind themselves. They've taken one Tier 1 tower in 20 minutes, and now they've lost all of their own Tier 1 towers, and the Tier 2 tower on bottom lane is down to half-life. This is problematic, to say the least, for Cloud9. They need their initiations to start working again.
Absolutely.
But it was also a bit of an unfortunate thing for MSS. Like, he blinked onto TA the second the TA jumped forward as well.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't have planned like one of those oh crap moments.
Yeah.
Any harder than that. That was sad for MSS.
At the end of the day, what sets it up is that Pi goes north and the rest of the team goes south. Because if there isn't even a target, then that jump is never going to happen.
Yeah.
But one hero went the opposite way, and maybe Pi did it deliberately. Maybe he wanted to get jumped. It's like, if you guys are going to commit on my lich on the back line, my team is going to win the fight, but they didn't.
That's when you got the confidence that you're going to do more burst damage than a Templar Assassin.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, because if you're doing that, you're splitting the fight. It's like, we get our kill, then we move over to help.
But Envy didn't have mana. That was the problem. He was already burnt by PL before the fight began, so Envy had to choose between using Spin and Omni Slash. He doesn't have a magic wand. I don't even know if their team has a pair of arcane boots. They don't. So he was kind of just...
he can't even choose to use Omni Slash.
Like, he didn't get it off in that fight.
If he's going for a PL, like, how do you even Omni Slash anyway?
Yeah, well, there were other targets. He could have maybe Omni Slashed the Wyvern or the Nyx and just killed them after the Cold Embrace was used, but yeah. the play wasn't even available. And that's... Cloud9 need their tools. You can't play these team fights without a Juggernaut Omni Slash right now. It's just not... It's not going to work.
So the Orca got completed up over on Fada. Already No-Tails building into Amanda Star to try and counter his effect. Anna won't be so lucky. He's going to go for direct damage. He's going Hurricane Pike as his next one. After the blink as well as Desolator. So wanting that distance. They found him. They found him in the trees. Stampede just gets S4 in range for the hoof stomp in time. He thought he could be clever to creep skip it out. Now, no Queen of Pain for 41 seconds. OG should take Tier 2 tower from this.
Most likely will.
What's your rebuttal? Like, MSS and AUI on top lane? Like, it's up against a already fat PL.
Yeah, it's not too easy anymore for the Cloud9 side. I think they have to itemize to deal with PL. It's kind of a requirement for their lineup at this point. Speaking of PL, he's kind of just running into Night Stalker. This could get awkward.
For Night Stalker, definitely. Jirek's going to get the stun off. Meanwhile, the hoof stomp on the other lines. AUI will get burnt. Eternal Envy starts his TP. S4 controlled him as long as he could. The Fly couldn't get there in time for Curse.
OG after a pretty hard start. I can't really tell you if the laning stage even went poorly for them. I think it went as expected. They were expected to lose and fall behind and then come back through a couple of good plays, and they've done it.
I think the only thing that was probably hard was the Ancient problems. Close for Anna, like the fact they went for a stack and failed it 5 times.
Oh, bottom area.
Yeah, smoke up. At least catching Pilot died. The double trap and the jump forward. Yep, they'll catch the... Okay. This Templar Assassin just doing what she does best.
Yep. Remember when I said Ice Armor is good against TA?
Yeah.
That was one of those cases where you couldn't see it.
Hey, no, you could. He would have died in one hit as opposed to 2 hits that Anna was forced to take. Value of time.
G are getting really farmed. Now that they've managed to get through that hard stage of the game and both the PL and the TA are getting this much farm, it is really difficult for Cloud9. I think they had a couple of key moments that they just got outplayed in and that failed. And if that's what happens against this kind of lineup, it's one thing if you don't succeed and nobody dies, but their plays when they were stronger, they lost. And that is what they couldn't afford. And at this point, it's kind of a comeback game for them, where they need to find a really good pick with maybe, as I said, some sort of way of itemizing against this PL. Maybe a Mjolnir as next item on Envy could help. Could even get something on the Queen of Pain to help out. He's going BKB as it looks because he's tired of dying from full HP.
It just seems so problematic for Envy to also still go into Mjolnir. Like, at least he's got the stats and potential evasion that comes from Amanda style, as he just runs into the wave, spins and kills it. But I'm still concerned it's just not going to be enough. Like, the damage output's just not there. And then you got a little bit more protection on the way. So Lotus Orb build up from the Centaur. Nyx Assassin's already got his... Like, Jirex is just going for the war. Exactly what he needs. Blink and Arcanes. Doesn't need much more than that for this Nyx Assassin. Blink in to stop the Bow Rider. Bow Rider can't, like, now he's got his BKB, at least MSS. Like, again, like, it seems the smoke timing and all the pressure is on MSS's shoulders to get these initiations off when he gets a big item. And that BKB is going to have to do work for him. They have Medallion, they can focus the target nicely, they got the Ice Armor for survival. S4 was scouted moving up towards the shrine. They're scanning to see where else he goes. Fly, gonna scout at MSS, the Blink Lasso. It's over on the wire, but not the target they wanted, especially when the Stampede kicks in. A double Holston. The Omni-Slash Fly is low. The BKB is fine from MSS. The chain from OG! The damage! They were not expecting that! Jirex will fall! Cloud9 just got the greatest fight they could have ever have asked for! OG will be wiped from the face of the earth, and they get the biggest one at the end, and it will go down for 3-4-3 gold into MSS.
Okay, that was such a sick Chain Frost. And it looked like it was gonna not be that good for Cloud9 because MSS didn't get his BKB off before he got stunned again, still stayed alive. They fought under a shrine that was never activated.
Paladin needs a moment to pat himself on the back.
That's good. We're going to see this one again.
Yeah, see it in battle view.
So here comes the Omni-Slash, and Fly still gets Cold Embrace off, and then they're just starting to stack up really nicely. There it is.
Boom, 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 boom.
3 or 4 heroes under Firefly, Chain Frost hitting like 8 or 9 times there. And what an absolute trashing of a fight. 5-0 white. All right, that's what it took to get them back in the game. That wasn't too hard.
Yeah.
Now it's interesting again.
Yeah. Cold advantage just shifts 6,000.
And this is one of those interesting moments where it's like, when you watch the replay and you're OG, your conclusion is going to be, why didn't we just let Wyvern? Yeah. They got a Wyvern caught and they stampeded their Centaur out. It was 1 casualty at position 5.
But it looked really good as well. Like, the double hoof stomp, it looked really good. And then all the momentum leading up to this had to have been sitting in the minds of OG going, we've been winning this, boys. Yeah. Like, this is our time to destroy.
To lose the Queen of Pain.
Yeah, okay, maybe that's not so great.
Nyx and Centaur combining.
Yeah, they've still got a long way to go, Cloud9. Like, okay, you just got yourself the greatest fight to get you back into the game, but you're still fighting uphill against a lineup that is just rolling with the punches. They've still got all the items that they wanted to have. They've still got all the abilities, like, at the level they want it to be. OG will keep the pressure up, and this is something which is very, very difficult to contest. And it's always, again, like, I think, like, the smoke plays, there's only so many Cloud9 can do. There's a reason why there's a limit on how many times you can buy smoke.
Yep. They will have darkness now, though, so it's going to be a long night.
That vision advantage from AUI, but is that enough?
Well, it helps. They probably need a gem, I think. The Radiant should get a gem on the Bat Rider now and start trying to clear out the vision so that they can start making the moves again. They want to set up fights like the previous one where they get the jump and they force the action. And the gem is multi-purpose. It's not just against the wards, it's also good against the Nyx that the Bat Rider really wants to play around. So I think it's really a good investment right now. And they might be like, it's risky and whatnot. Maybe they don't feel the flow of the game the same way that we do when we're watching it, but I think at this point Cloud9 needs to play risky. They need to get something going.
They're trying to.
Take the risk.
They're looking towards Roshan, and both teams are set up nicely for this. So Cloud9 have the ward really close towards the pit, so the Observer and Sentry about to time out in 3 seconds time. And yeah, you're seeing now C9 doing something about the aggressive wards that OG had down. But OG have 2. They have another one just a little bit further up west in the lane.
Why is Lich going Phase Boot Shadowblade?
DPS Lich? It's the Pyrian special.
I like Pyrian, okay? I like Pyrian.
Actually,
but I really don't think Paladai would be inspired to buy his item builds. That's so unbelievable.
What was
Pyrian has other
build,
strengths.
That was a build
okay
that
pool,
the PPD was talking about. The Mask of Madness into Maelstrom build over on the Lich. You get a huge amount of physical damage out of it. Presumably it wrecks.
It could just be a quick buy and he's going to turn into a Glimmer. You know, you just get one of the items that has the Shadow Amulet in it. But now he can afford it. So now we're going to see what the decision actually is.
Or maybe it's just him like going, I got a great ulti off before, I need to ulti the bottom way first to get that money.
I mean, it is a good positioning item for sure. It's not that. It's just so uncharacteristic, especially for Pi. buy this kind of item.
It seems such a risky thing to do, throw your ulti out when Roshan could be coming up.
If he's playing for late game,
I know it's a 1 minute
damage
cooldown.
talent.
Like just over 1 minute cooldown, but like there's no tier 2 tower for Cloud9 to claim here. For OG to claim here.
Nope.
And there's no ward they have that actually sees any heroes. They're sending illusion after illusion, so OG are really hoping the Cloud9 come out to them to fight. It's almost like they're trying to play bait with like a whole bunch of PLs, which is exactly what MSS doesn't want to go on.
Now OG have split up again. They TP'd away the TA, she's gonna farm Ancients.
Roshan's alive.
Yeah, that's actually not the best timing ever to TP away.
Both teams are aware now. So MSS was able to sticky napalm into the pit and the TA trap saw the rest.
Could get dicey if he gets caught here. He does get away in time.
Mass defensive. He's got the hood, he's got the plate mail, so he's got the armor and the magic resistance, plus raindrops on top. Anything that will save him. And Notel's turning this into a proper split game. With his BTs on this PL, it's very different to the old PL, but he can still use the Manta style to keep momentum going.
Yeah, they just want to shove in waves and get farm. It's a good farming item, as always. Every hero gets a pretty significant GPM increase by going travels. Efficiency. You don't have to buy TP scrolls anymore.
Oh, S4, he just blinked into the wave. Right underneath, 3 Cloud9 players, he blinked into the wave.
This is with No-Tail being top, actually.
Yeah, and he just BT'd there.
They
should be aware of this.
My god, that's so risky.
But they're expecting someone from Cloud9 to come to the bottom lane to deal with it. And Fada has done so. Fada has a TP scroll, they still had that shrine next to Roshan, so there's no issue for Cloud9 to contest the pit. It's like both teams are playing a game of cat and mouse. OG keep like just poking a finger into the pressure point of Cloud9 and seeing if they can get like a knee-jerk reaction.
They're just getting more out of the map at the same time. They're finding more farm.
Yep.
Now all of a sudden, the Centaur that was struggling a lot in the start has Blink, Lotus, and Hood. And the PL, as we talked about with the travels, is going to keep ramping up, as well as Ana. OG's advantage, the primary advantage they have in this game is that their lineup is way better at killing Ancients. So economy will eventually favor them by just being able to mine the map better.
They've got double defusals.
Ana thinking about it.
Goes in for the arcane rune. The BKB from MSS holds him in position. They need to kill him off. Mana style. Ana will break free. Stampede. They need more speed, and they've got it. Back to the shrine and back to safety.
Envy got really unlucky. He omni-slashed the illusions the whole time.
I was still at the bottom. Oh, they're coming back. They have to come back.
Yeah, this is Roche for OG, more likely.
Should be.
Or maybe a pick on the way. They're thinking about it. AUI.
Sentries are down. Observers, they see everything. AUI just runs. And rightly so. But now Ana will give it a crack. And these PL illusions just don't stop. Envy will flag himself again, and his TP's on cooldown. He cannot return to Roshan fast enough, but OG bailed. They're not doing it. In fact, they're smoking one. They're invis once again with the Nyx.
They're just very textbook pressuring still.
Yeah.
No-Tail just got the bottom wave pushed all the way into the Radiant base. The wave is currently sitting right outside the Radiant base, and now the top wave will as well. And that's going to open up for OG to make a decision of what avenue they want to attack from. This
they see the obs. They can't get rid of the sentry ward, but they send a couple of PL illusions up, and that observer ward's gone. And in they go once more. OG, MSS still nearby. Sticky napalming up Roshan, so he gets to glow that wonderful golden color.
It's daytime, they don't have darkness. They're just playing the game.
Oh, MSS!
Delay game.
He has a BKB!
Oh.
That's his 8-second BKB now down. And Roshan's already gone. So Aegis and Cheese gonna go the way of OG. Ana will take the Aegis, No-Tail has the Cheese, and they're stampeding forward. They get the stun. It's the Lich, it's Pylai Dai, who now hides inside of his Shadow Amulet. Okay. Starts his TP, realized the sentry was coming in from Fly.
He almost made it out. Say something.
I like awkward silence.
I don't.
Alright, so
I used to though. You remember that?
Yeah, yeah. You and Puppy sitting there with your freaking glasses on.
Awkward sound.
Yeah.
Okay.
But let me welcome in our wonderful. Yeah. Anyway, that's history. So OG, you now have the Aegis as well as Cheese. You're looking in for your objective. Obviously, high ground is the next thing. That's the only other buildings they can start taking now. Do you go all the way? Do you just look to chip away at a tier 3 tower? Or do you continue to play the split push game? Does Roshan mean, like, does Aegis mean that much to OG? They're not on the clock. They don't have to push.
No, they don't have to push. Take it pretty easy. Keep farming. If they see a good opening and a pick, they can go high ground with that. But I don't think they're just randomly going to show up as 5 in the lane and just try to force it.
Yeah.
It's not a necessity, at least. It could work. They can definitely do it, but...
If you had the Aghanims on S4 by now, then maybe I would go for it. Just because you could survive the initial hit. We're talking about like how fast he's farming up. He's 3,000 gold away from his Aghanim session now. They're looking to bottom. Eternal Envy continues just to defensively spin waves down.
The issue here for Cloud9 is that OG are pushing the waves constantly and they are not committing. Okay, here we go. This could be a moment.
C9's committing. They're going to find S4 a little bit further to the north. But it's the bottom lane where Juggernaut is already down. Fana protected by his BKB. Blinked into the tree line. Do they see him in time? They jump down, destroy the trees around him. But Eternal Envy is picked. And OG, that is more than enough confidence now to go high ground.
Yep, that's the one pick they needed. That's enough.
Here they come. It sounds like you want onto Ana. Lotus Orb will help protect him. But with that Monkey King bar, his damage output's just through the roof. And no way to evade, no way to dodge. It's probably the easiest and most uncontested rack OG's going to get.
I think they can go for a second lane as well. They have 20 seconds. They can go hit mid.
And it's taking some time, and OG are going to be safe.
Fair enough. They have...
It's hard to go against that. You don't want to have, like, after your last hiccup that happened on top lane, like maybe you don't want to have the same kind of thing happen again.
I think this time the cards are a bit more stacked against Cloud9. This is a 12k lead with Aegis.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
same thing's not going to happen again, but maybe that's also one of these things too where we can think about the future of the tournament. A lot of teams are looking to the group stages to get a lot of information, not just about drafts like ban and picks. It's about the mentality of OG. OG playing very set, structured Dota is a dangerous thing, but it's also maybe what we talked about at the very start with the drafting phase. Is this OG playing that mid-game orientated drafts once more? A team's going to know what they're going to get against OG. They back up. They don't put the knife to the throat. Yeah. It's more of a slow asphyxiation.
So here we go. Oh, OG are going to go for the top lane. Lich does have the Shadow Blade. I'm not sure if Kai is going to try to get in behind them. You got to go to chain cross off that way.
One way to do it.
But if they don't do anything, the game is just over. So something's going to give.
He doesn't have mana. He has to use a shrine. One illusion was able to hit him. Now the Blink Lasso on to cover with BKB. You also have to keep the Night Stalker out of the fight. And Ana stampedes back just a little bit further. He's still got that double damage rune on him. It's Phantom Lancer who's in too deep. The Cold Embrace buying time. Curse onto AUI. Eternal Envy turns attention towards Night Stalker, unwillingly killing him down. And with the double edge, the damage is too much. Sparta wants to help out. Now the Sonic Wave, but it almost seems futile, even though it does connect on 4 heroes. Maybe not so futile. Turning around looking for Ana. But they don't find the kill. S4 blinks, but MSS blinks away in time. Doesn't get caught by the hoof stop. That would have been game if he goes down here.
Here comes Lich. Oh, against Jerax with the Shadow Blade hit into Nova. He was not ready for that one.
Correct. Brutally.
But OG, very nice fight again. Fly on the Winter Wyvern with a great save onto No-Tail.
Yep.
Or was it? Or was it Ana? I think it was No-Tail. You got the Cold Embrace into Curse. The Omni Slash did nothing. And that's kind of a... If you go back to the draft and you think about it, when Wyvern was picked, we were questioning, like, what does it counter? Is it good here? And then toward the end with this Juggernaut pick, Juggernaut doesn't really like that matchup particularly much, playing against the Wyvern. So maybe there could have been a better choice for Cloud9 than this Juggernaut that they picked last. it hasn't seemed to do what they were maybe hoping. And that, I mean, Envy is 8-2 and 8. He hasn't even had a bad game as such. Like, his score on the hero is good, he's got good farm, but the fights just in general have seemed tricky for him to play. The Juggernaut, his problem against a hero like Wyvern is he's not that mobile, right? Like, you go in and you fight and then you're there. You can't like blink around and get into the back line. And the Wyvern has hard lockdown against you. You can't play this split push kind of game where Juggernaut just goes and pushes out waves, spins the wave, and TP's home. There's always the risk that you're going to get Wyvern ulti, and you're a hero that hits really fast. So you actually kill heroes in Winter's.
Yep.
I'm not quite sure. More than anything, though, I don't think this is that much of a game of picks, because I still think Cloud9's draft is good overall, and I think, oh, wait a second, no tail.
Problem is, oh, but then again, look at the friends. They come in, the Aghanim Scepter, upgraded Stampede, just lets them tank it in MSS, locked in position. The Sonic Wave will kill off Nyx Assassin, but they commit so much just to get the Nyx, and No Tail's still gonna have the time of his life. Moving down, killing off AUI with illusions. I say killing off, they're just doing damage, not finishing the job. And Eternal Envy, well, he has to stick around a little bit longer. Walks away after Centaur. Invisibly runs out. They actually find MSS. He's 4-staffed up, needs 1 second before he can blink away to safety, and now blinks a little bit further down. They ping a semi-right area, but the TA trap just a little bit off. So, for all of that initiation, for all of those abilities that were triggered, the double BKBs that go off, Nyx Assassin is the only one to die.
So what I was getting at before is that it's interesting to see in a game like this how, you know, we were talking about the hero versus hero matchups a lot in the draft. Like, this hero is not particularly good against this is not particularly good against this, yada yada. But this game has been more of a game on play style rather than the specific heroes. I think OG's style in this game has proved very successful, so they might be onto something. It's just one game, you know. We're gonna need to see more from them, but I think both drafts in isolation, the heroes that they have are good, but in my mind, this OG lineup would not face off this well against Cloud9's lineup as it has. So there might be something here that OG has figured out going in, and I'm very curious to see how they move onward with it into their next games. I'm kind of sounding like this game is over, but it's pretty damn really close to. Yeah,
it would require something of extraordinary levels from Cloud9 to bring it back.
Yeah.
Like, you've just finished up a full Heart of Tarrasque over on the Phantom Lancer. He's got Butterfly, Anna's got Butterfly. There's no way Juggernaut could even guarantee he hits his damage, and you can see Eternal Envy realizing his conundrum. He's got Battle Fury and he's Quick Buy. he's trying to catch up and at least clean up the mess that's inside of his base. Mjolnir is not enough. BKB from MSS commits him, but now he's just got a whole bunch of no-tails around him. Fana cannot keep his mana up. These illusions keep draining them dry when they cannot even do combinations because the mana pools are not full enough. So Cloud9, they'll have to admit defeat for this first game. But hey, that's why it's a 2-game series. Lasso, oh, the curse! It's on MSS. Eternal Envy's in the middle of it with the double stun follow-up. You've lost your Barret Rider. Queen of Pain will go down. She'll buy back. They still really want to fight to the last man. There's so much PL. The Holstone from S4 catching thrice. And that is the game. They had to get a clearer message just to ensure it was GG. OG take game 1.
It was a nice game. A lot of good action, a lot of fights from both sides, but OG with the superior farm toward the end and the stronger late game lineup, it ends up looking easy for them in the later portion, but they did have to make a couple of pretty serious outplays to get there.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me wonder, like, this type of Cloud9 lineup that plays a bit faster, that's better early, better at fighting, if they played it better, would this OG lineup have been able to reach this stage?
And here we are kicking off game 2, Cloud9 versus OG. OG with a convincing mid-game win over Cloud9. And now back for second round, and we'll see how they start off. They gave us an interesting first 2 picks in the last draft. Wonder how they're going to start this one.
Oh, this time they won't have Nyx. That's a different... It's a change for starters. Actually, IO... Was that banned last game?
It was banned.
It was banned, okay. So I'm curious to see how this one goes. We definitely know Paparazzi is a big IO player.
Our first pick goes to Fly. They banned Wyvern?
Both of the first phase heroes that OG just ran.
Okay, this has to be too good, right, for OG. It has to be too. They have to go for the IO.
I don't know if...
Well, if they don't, Cloud9 will. That's where I'm seeing the issue arise.
Yeah.
Because then you give Cloud9 the ability to actually pick their combination. And it's going to be a Phoenix. Well, we talked about Icebird versus Firebird. Firebird was the big thing from Fly at TI6.
Yep.
Now TI7, he's going to bring it back.
Hero is pretty good against IO. If they're considering that Cloud9 will go that route, Nyx has pretty good solutions. Hard for IO to use the tether heal when he's under the effects of any of the damage over time abilities Phoenix has plenty of. It's very difficult to model. Cloud9.
Well, Ice and Fire. It's not the sisters combination, instead it's the sister and the very weird dead uncle.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even know where to go with that. Okay, so anyway, the Lina pick is surprising to me. I don't think Lina generally gets picked this early. I said that about Wyvern in the last... Seeing some shifts here. Lina is, however, decent against Phoenix, has good burst to kill Phoenix off if it's caught off guard by a stun, can destroy the Supernova fairly easily with the stacks of Fiery Soul. And they go for the Lich again, which we haven't really seen... We didn't see in the last series. I don't know how much this hero has been favored in other matches today, but Cloud9 have first faced it twice now, so this might be a Cloud9 thing.
Invoker pickup, so Masters of Fire. Of course, Invoker does have some other talents as well. But I'm actually thinking about that Lina as well, because there was one team I was doing my research on, and I'm fairly certain it was Cloud9 where AUI was, but I didn't write it down in my book of things.
It could very well be. He's played some more uncharacteristic supports in the past, where one of AUI's strengths as a support player is he's very good at the farming style. So if you play like that, if you have a dynamic in your team where one support gets to farm quite a lot, that he is the type of support player that can make a Lina work very well. There's other players that it wouldn't be that good of a fit for. For example, Paparazzi, doesn't really fit his archetype of his style of play as a support player. I could see it being an option for UI. I think if you're running support Lina, however, you want your carry or your core mid, like one of the cores should set up your stun, because it's not reliable. It's generally the other way around you play, that the supports set up the cores to shine, but you can actually set up a position for to shine if you have the right ways that the heroes play off each other. Hero like Chaos Knight, for example, is very strong as a carry together with support Lina. Very high kill potential together, both in lane and in the mid game.
Speaking of Cccc, he was banned in the second phase of the last game, so
by Cloud9.
Should look to see if they do it again. We've already taken out the Phantom Lancer, so they're very much forcing OG to play a different style, and now they will ban the Chaos Knight.
Means TA is available again, but they already grabbed Invoker, so that's why they don't care, actually. So never mind about that.
Yeah, and up against a Phoenix, she'll burn to death.
Yeah. Let's see. So, OG, what did they ban apart from AM last game? It was AM and another carry, I think.
The ability to actually have that and look for.
Huh?
I said you can look up the drafts, man.
All right. All right.
Stop being lazy over in that corner.
All right.
You just click on the right.
Casting.
Okay. Let me call out the play. 1 minute 29, 28, 27, 26.
Okay, so last game OG banned Alchemist. Alchemist. That's what it was. So Alc got through this time. They banned the Batrider instead. There's a lot of adaptation compared to last game. There's so many bans that were present in last game. Bat is out, Wyvern, and Nyx, and PL. So we have 4 of the previous heroes banned in 8 bans. It's pretty common to see 1 or 2 sometimes that you just shift it up a bit, but this is a big change up this second game.
Envy's playing the long game, playing for the 18th hole. He understands that he needs to see OG strategies, more of them. So just keep banning out the heroes they played before and force OG to do something new and different. And hello, Earth Spirit. He was banned out in the first phase previously. It was done by Cloud9, I believe, in the first phase of last game.
Who plays this hero on Cloud9?
That
doesn't really strike me as an AUI hero, but it is a 4. This hero is not really a 5 very...
Well, Paladai will play the Lich.
So I mean, I guess there's no choice.
Yeah.
This is a bit surprising to me. I didn't think we were going to see AUI playing in Earth Spirit, but looking forward to it. That also means the Lich is a core. Unless it is possible to play Earth Spirit off lane. You can put it there, and in some games it can actually shine from that position because you get faster levels, and this hero scales incredibly well with levels.
I'd be very concerned that you wouldn't have a tanky frontliner if you did that, especially now as Juggernaut. Once again is getting worked into that one position.
Probably just a standard Lina mid, Earth Spirit support, Lich support, and then the Earth Spirit will focus a lot on mid. I guess they're picking the Earth Spirit mainly because of Invoker. It's actually a very good counter because Invoker is one of those mid heroes that's very static, very immobile, and can be put under a lot of pressure. And then you have this kind of a high impact lane, like a kill lane. Earth Spirit Lina can cause a lot of trouble. So see where they're coming from here with these 2 picks together. Just see what they decide to go for their off lane now. Juggernaut will safe and carry. I like the Jugger pick more in this game, by the way. I want to point that out. I think it makes a lot more sense to me to pick this hero against Phoenix and Invoker. Invoker 100% spell based. Jugger is a great hero against Phoenix. Healing ward messes with Sunray. You have a hero who can actually spin and destroy the egg. Pretty good choice overall. And I like it with like the pacing of Cloud9's lineup in this game. It's fast again. See if they can get better results out of it this time.
They just need the aggression to come with it.
Yes.
Like if they hold back and they farm, then you're gonna see what we've seen from Adam time and time again. We saw it with Templar Assassin. Early game doesn't go well. Players catch up with Ancients. Invoker, early game goes half decently. Picks up Midas, and mid game goes really well. Kirax will play very problematic for the mid. So maybe that's the other question mark too. How hard can that Earth Spirit rotate? We talk about Cloud9 not having that very obvious Earth Spirit player. It's not as obvious as someone like Jirax from OG, who is just renowned for that player.
Yeah.
Cloud9 doesn't have that type of player on the ES. And then you're going up against renowned Earth Spirit player. Jirax is going to know when that gank's going to be coming in. And we get an Axe pickup now from S4. This is very, very tanky lineup and survivable lineup once more from OG.
Axe is a bit hit or miss against this type of lineup though. He's very good against Juggernaut, but that's it. I don't think he's good against any of the other heroes. And OG are running out of time and they're probably just like, okay, how do we get a hero that can deal with Jugger? Because the rest of our lineup is not good at dealing with Jugger this time. Axe gets Blink Blade Mail, Jugger kills himself on the Blade Mail. It's a pretty standard counter. The problem is Axe is not good against this like magic burst early game.
Yep. They still banned the Void. Like, I know the Void could work for No-Tail in the safe lane.
I think it's I think it's a very good ban, actually.
There goes the Enigma for Cloud9. Actually, yeah, it would have been that big AoE control they're still looking for, and they needed something out of their safe lane.
Yeah, I think they wanted Void, actually. I agree with that ban 100%. Sets up Invoker and Phoenix very well. It's very classic OG pick together with Phoenix. It doesn't have the best synergy with Axe, though, but I think they could have still taken that route. Especially when they're this short on time and they're like, okay, we need to make a decision. Fall back to your comfort zone.
Time is terrible. They've only got 5 seconds to make their choice, and Fly does not look confident. He's just,
Yeah.
Well, I suppose it's one way to stop Omnislash from killing you. Because it's going to cause problems against Lina.
I love this hero. I love this hero, and I think it's good sometimes. And I think this is one of those games where it can work. So if you play Pugna position 1, which it looks like they will, they'll put the Invoker mid. You need a hero that can deal the physical damage that Pugna can't. And Invoker is one of those hybrids that has the damage in him if it's needed on Exort build to actually be able to right-click heroes. Netherward is fantastic this game. It's very good against Lina and Lich. Like you said, the Crepify has plays against Juggernaut. And
I don't think they got the counter push against him either. Like,
not really.
You've got ability to clear wave, but the Crepify doesn't really care. Lich and Earth Spirit are not the greatest heroes for pulling wave. In fact, that's actually been one of the big things people have pointed out about Lich, the fact that he drags the creep wave back onto his tower. There's less defense when he sacrifices.
Yep.
So maybe that's when Pugna turns this into a push game.
Now, the downside for OG is that both of their cores are fragile, low HP end heroes.
Yeah.
And Cloud9 can try to abuse that with the right offlane pick. I'm trying to think of what is available to them. So Nyx would have been fantastic. Antimage as a carry would have been fantastic, but he's banned and they have Jugger. But there has to be something in the pool here for them that really deals with these int heroes well in the offlane. I don't think Nyx is the only choice. There's plenty of heroes that can like just burst and kill them off. I was thinking Puck could be a choice. Actually sets up and rounds up their lineup very nicely, but he's not the best against Pugna. Timbersaw. Okay. So I think instead we're going to see the approach here from Cloud9 that they're trying to enforce a Timber versus Axe matchup. And then they will do something pseudo-aggro again. Maybe the Lich Jugger. Love, by the way, how there's 2 of every hero. Is that just on my screen?
It's just on your screen.
I have 2 of every hero.
You're right, they're warping in and out.
Models are like on top of each other. Okay. But yeah, Timber versus Axe matchup is... Actually, if it's one-on-one in isolation, it's a pretty even matchup in the beginning, but then Timber generally takes over. Unless Axe gets very good spins in the start. And then the other lanes, we will see that Lich Jugger could go aggro again. I think it's totally playable. This game especially. And then they can target the Invoker really hard because their safe lane is freed up. If Earth Spirit and Lich can both leave the safe lane alone, they can shut down Ana a lot harder than in last game. And Invoker, yes, he can come back like TA can, but it's a different curve. It's not like that. You just farm 2 stacks of triple Ancients and you're back in the game. If Invoker is destroyed in lane and gets a couple of deaths, it takes longer.
Yeah.
And OG's lineup doesn't seem like the best to like make the space for him to come back. But we'll see. I really like this draft. To me, this is a very unpredictable game with a lot of like X factors. Mainly, I think heroes to watch out for will be and the Axe. And 2 things for the Axe. 1, will he get good blink calls? 2, will he get to play Dota? The other one, is he actually... If Axe has a miserable lane, if he has a very, very hard time, it takes so long to come back sometimes. Sometimes you miss the timing window of the hero that he's looking. A lot of it comes down to whether they get the lanes they want. So let's see. Maybe they even put the Timber off lane at play for him. Tri-lane the Axe for that reason, that they want Axe to be shut down really hard. Who knows?
Well, early vision up. We'll see where everyone's going to go. So it is going to be No-Tail into the safe lane. Flyers hovering around mid with just Obs and Sentry, but you also notice the aggressive wards out from Cloud9. They smoked, they got out early. OG have no idea about this, so they're watching the ward, the rune, the bounty rune up on the top, keeping that eyes very closely on that, and then the other one's into mid. So they're wanting to focus on the rotations off the top lane from OG, as well as give any kind of advantage into the mid lane that allows Fada to win that. And OG's vision is also more towards the bottom lane rotation. They haven't put down their second obs just yet, so we'll have to keep an eye on Fly to see where he believes.
Yep. I love this Phoenix.
What's he got on?
Vermilion Crucible.
The battle begins.
It sure ain't no shovel and triangle hat, that's for sure.
It was an ore. It was an ore.
Keep telling yourself that.
I actually asked a bigger question. Why does an egg have a model which looks more like a bear? When you click on the item they actually have, it looks more...
How does that look like a bear?
That was a bear.
What?
Look, right there. The model modifier. It's a bear.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the model itself looked like a bear. I was like, how do you see a bear in this lava egg? Alright, let's look toward mid. Toby Dota's happening. And trialing Fata in the start. Oh, shards. JerAx still playing the old patch, so those shards would have been perfect, but this time they are a little short.
But thanks to the Observer, what they've got planted down, they understand that Fata is alone here, and they didn't de-ward the ops. So JerAx and Ana, yeah, they've revealed themselves, but Fly was keeping himself pretty well secret on the other side. That won't last much longer. He's already bailing out, and AUI is looking for a possibility onto Notel. Walks up, rolling boulder forward, MSS. He's only got reactive armor. There's no damage he can give to help kill off Notel. And Notel will have to burn the salve.
He has to salve and 8 tangos on safe lane Pugna. So he has plenty of sustain for now to stay against the lanes. Gonna buy the magic stick.
I think he also understands the fact that his support's going to be busy elsewhere. Yeah. Rolling boulders coming in once more. AUI really trying to get through Notel. There is, again, no level 2 on MSS. No Timber Chain or no Whirling Death.
And Notel actually has higher movement speed than Timber, even under Orb of Venom, because Pugna's base move speed is 335, and Timber's is 290. So he can't catch up when the roll ends. Yeah, good roll again from AUI, though. This time he has to stun. He's going to kill him.
Oh, with the kick, Icarus dive. It takes too long from Fly. He didn't actually have sprites to give either. And now MSS will move in closer. This happened also because the pull happened. So there was no way for Notel. Fly is running away from MSS. Whirling Death, and one more punch will do the work. And Cloud9 get 2 kills on their top lane.
Now incoming, but that's what you can. Oh, nice steal from AUI as well.
They didn't have an Earth Spirit player, is what we thought.
I mean, he may have played a game or two. I don't remember. It's not a hero I connect with this player.
Yeah, we always think of techies when it comes to AUI.
I don't think of techies at all.
I think of him every day.
Yeah.
I think of that game you had to cast
miserable
in Frankfurt.
Yeah.
Techies, just, if you ever want a analyst to cast a fantastic game they feel really simulated with, get them to cast a Techies game. Nice double light strike array in the middle from Fata, keeping Ana and JerAx out once again. Yeah, maybe JerAx didn't get the patch note memo. Pushes them away with the ice shards once more.
So just to explain how this works, when you use ice shards now, where you target it is where the back wall of the shards end up. In the past, where you target it was where the center of the half circle would be that the shards form. So that means you need to cast it further back now if you haven't played Tusk for a while. I'm pretty sure JerAx has played Tusk for a while. I don't think it's just randomly picking it down. He hasn't played it for like 3 patches, but it's kind of funny in some games that you watch. It's just like the Tusk just needs 30 minutes to adapt. Because you can just tell he hasn't played Tusk for like 2 months. Not in pro games, however, but you know.
I don't think JerAx though would have too many problems with that, but it'll be changing a muscle reflex, maybe.
Pretty much. It's just you just need to convince your brain that it's wrong for the first part of the game, and then it's like fixed after that. Nice dodge of the stun there by JerAx.
He's creating space more than anything else.
Pretty much,
talked about like the issues for Ana potentially getting ganked. Yeah, the top lane's died. Notel, you can see.
Oh, those were good though. That was really good shards. Counterplay from AUI.
Boulder. AUI got the double kick onto Ana as well as JerAx. JerAx has a snowball available. Ana trying to get out of this one. The light strike ray will connect. Fata staying right on his tail with the 1 charges and the cross. The slave will be able to reach him just on the tip. Ana will fall down. Fata wants a little bit more, but doesn't have the damage to kill off JerAx.
I'm actually very surprised the CS in the mid is the way it is. Like even with both Tusk and I guess Tusk started.
Oh, JerAx, no. Wait, hang on. Is he gonna?
He's fine.
Okay, it's because Fata got himself an Invisor, and I thought JerAx was gonna tank and farm a little bit for just a second longer. Fly's getting. Okay, MSS, don't try and attack.
But yeah, this is basically the trade-off we had in the start, was that the Tusk was targeting mid a lot and Earth Spirit was targeting top in the start, so Fata fell behind a little bit on CS because he was getting targeted harder in that sense. But, you know, generally when you watch this matchup, it's the Lina that's ahead over the Invoker, and he is ahead on levels. It looks like the Invoker's doing well here because he's 6 CS up, but Fata almost has a full level advantage here after that kill. And that can very quickly snowball in this mid lane. We're going to roll in with AUI. Will be dodged.
And this time Ana actually got a little bit of vision thanks to the Obs ward, but...
He's still going to die.
Yeah, he's got a couple of 1 charges up his sleeve, and with the cold snap and the ice wall...
Oh, he missed!
Oh, he's going to...
Oh, no!
Oh, the slave is a little bit off to the right!
Oh, Ana is so good. I think Fata's a bit triggered now. That is so... Oh, my God. It's like, it's one thing that you miss, but you feel like that attack didn't miss because you you know, you fired it and you didn't see the mistext until the attack actually misses.
Oh, AUI. He just tried to rolling boulder away. He'll still get the double kick, however. Jirax and Fly hot in the tails. There goes the Shaz, and AUI is actually pinned. He cannot get out. He is another block in Jirax's igloo.
Those kind of things, I can't state enough how much it actually matters that this kill mid doesn't happen. If this kill happens and they do it successfully, Earth Spirit might not be moving there. Fata would have been level 6 way earlier, and he used all of his mana to not get the kill. So, like this mid lane now where they're both pretty much level 6 would have been maybe an almost level 7 Lina and a level 5 Invoker. And that is really
going again.
Now instead there's plays available. Very nice by Jirax.
You want to tilt somebody, this is one way to do it. Snowball forward, Fada able to get the able to get Cole snapped up. Anna with the extra help of Fly. The Light Strike Array is actually going to get him with the slave. Fada, turn your frown upside down. They'll get both the Fire Rat as well as the Master of Magic.
Alright, never mind.
And Envy's going to go for the solo kill on bottom. He can consume Mango and go for the Omni Slash, but decides against it against S4. Okay, he still he consumed the Mango.
So right after OG got out of jail in mid, they go for a 3-man gank and die 2. So now mid lane is back to what we were expecting it to be like. But chaotic.
Everything in the world is back to where it wait. S4 trying to bait with a huge cleaver. It's not like they're going to see your animation. Envy spins and then just backs out.
S4 is getting some pretty good farm. This lane is not that easy for the X. Playing against Juggerlich, not the easiest thing ever. Of course, Envy, miles ahead.
Yeah, all 3 cores of Cloud9 are miles ahead. They have the top 3 net worths on the board at the moment. 3-2, 3-1, and just shy of 2-7. And the highest you have is Anna. Actually, I take that back. Now it's actually Axe. He's just ahead at 2.5. Notel rolling boulder forward, gonna miss his target. Jirax is nearby. So they shard up again, not able to block MSS, but they interrupt his Timber Chain out. So Notail moves in with more Nether Blast, but the damage isn't enough. The Sunstrike, MSS decides to be aggressive, turns around for the fight. Even AUI unintentionally kicking Fly in with the rock, so they'll lose the Pugna. And Cloud9 running forward, MSS having to dodge sprites. But I don't think he really cares that much. He's still taking him to survive.
And a sentry mid. This could be a really big kill. He can kill him almost on his own. AUI comes in.
Yeah, rolling boulder into spin.
Oh, they don't have. He doesn't have any stones.
Does he go up?
He had no stones left.
They see him. They see him. They see him. He's in the sentry. He's in the sentry. He's out of the sentry.
Close call.
Vision game.
That could have been very different if AUI had 1 stone, but he has used all of his stone. There's been so many plays that his stone economy right now needs a bit of time to build up again. If there was a silence there, so Invoker couldn't go Ghost Walk or a stun, they could have maybe killed him there, but Ana gets out again.
So is this when we say it's a 2-2? Ana is 2, Cloud9 is 2? And as managed to dodge the gang a couple of times, MSS, nice chain. That snowball's going to go in deep. And the stun rate damage, Jirax doesn't reach him. MSS just chains further and further away. OG really wanting the kill on that off-lane Timbersaw.
Not get it. Now, mid lane pressure will be applied with this rotation of heroes. Actually, wait, how did that happen? S4 just solo killed Lich with X. Not exactly the lane I was looking at. This was a very unlikely play, I think.
Just S4 things.
He might have caught him on the way out of the shop, or maybe Pi was just a bit out of position there.
Jirax is coming in towards the mid. They're trying to stop Eternal Envy and AUI from just taking the tower, so Jirax will take the creep wave away from the tower, rolling boulder, dodged by Jirax. See it coming from a mile away, and then rolling boulders to the range creep under the tower. Sunray's out, Jirax doesn't have enough life to survive that. AUI trying to help out with a kick, now into the Omni Slash. Anna, the Sunstrike's in a good position. Eternal Envy sharing the burden with his creep wave. But the burden is too much. Envy will die underneath the tier 1 tower. Notel joins the fight, but he doesn't have the mana. Even with the Soul Ring and 1 charge, there's not enough to give. And Fada has Laguna Blade. Notel knows he has to give that respect.
He could easily get caught by a roll here. Still only 1 stone now on AUI, but these heroes of OG are very low. And at the same time, there was a kill top, right? Or was that bottom? MSS killed S4, so the Timber rotated down and got a very nice kill there, of course.
It looks like he was creep skipping.
Yep. About right.
That's a nice observer ward to have for OG. They now see 4 heroes from Cloud9 in the mid lane. Like, Phoenix can probably just, like, Sunray and slow this down. Speaking of, yet again, another kill in bottom lane that we get to miss, it's N0tail solo killing MSS.
There's so much stuff going on in this game that is, like, all of these solo kills and weird ganks that are happening is very active and very unpredictable.
Well, you're expecting the fight to happen in mid, like Cloud9 are pushing to push it, and then N0tail just walks down and realizes he's more powerful than the Timber will ever be. And Anna's going to join him. They want to try and force this. Like, Fada is nearby. N0tail is just so juicy. You want to go for him. And AUI, rolling ball forward. Anna.
Oh, they still don't have dust.
No reveal.
This already happened once before now for AUI. Really needs to
they found another one. N0tail. He's decrepifying, but then the Blade Fury's doing more work. Netherward is down. Eternal Envy doesn't have Omni Slash. And right now, the silence. Pugna couldn't drain out of him enough. The healing ward will die. MSS will jump in. They can at least farm the Nether ward.
20 gold. Yeah!
Critical.
Who cares about the Pugna kill if we can get 20 gold for a 3-hero rotation?
They had actually 5 heroes in the bottom part at the end of all of that.
More or less.
OG rotated 2 down for that.
It feels like the game is stabilizing a little bit now with the way heroes are moving around. I think the main thing to keep an eye on right now is the fact that everyone has their ultimate apart from the Tusk. Tusk is a bit far behind here, but the rest of the heroes are definitely able to team fight, so we're probably going to be looking a bit more towards, like, the heroes will come together more now. S4 has his Blink Dagger, and then this Phoenix ulti, this is the time to go, and it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. So here comes the smoke.
The Dire just scanned and they got a positive ping on AUI moving up. So either they'll know it's a ward or they'll believe they're being swarmed in from around the back. In fact, that's the line that was drawn in by Fly. He was actually thinking that people were doing the old wraparound.
This kill on N0tail would be very, very good for Cloud9. It's going to give them a tower as well, but N0tail reads it perfectly. Dodges around the long way and gets this tower.
Too many players missing.
Yep.
No one's pressuring the mid anymore. There's a bottom lane that's not taking any level of farm. Like, compared to game 1, these lanes have practically been a ghost town for the amount of people spending time in them, like farming them up. Everyone's rotating with multiple numbers to take the fights. And OG, they are here. They're here in force. Quick little sigil. MV starts his spin. He may have actually really wanted to have that in a bit, but Jirax throws the shards out. They'll be pushed a little bit higher. Paparazzi, he's got that Chain Frost available. Sunray is out. Here comes Paparazzi. Chain Frost up. Icarus dives. Can take it up, down, and around. And the snowball, it never bounces. The Omni Slash, it goes on top of S4. Envy starting off his spin. S4 doesn't have the life to survive through this. Maybe now he does. Able to get the call and the dunk. The bonus move speed. Getting Jirax to get away. And the blink from S4 to the trees. The bonuses allow them to escape the Timber Saw and get a 1-for-1 trade-off. They did still lose N0tail, who was trying to battle the back lines. Jirax, okay, maybe not out scot-free. Chipper chain up, Jirax, no ball dodges straight through the middle of the chain. Chakram is back up for MSS. Chains forward, Chakram's down, Jirax, Mr. Michael Flatley right now, Lord of the Tusk. Dodging the attacks perfectly.
Very nice footwork by OG, honestly. Both of those plays from Jirax and S4 could have easily ended in Cloud9 kills, but got outmaneuvered and outplayed in both occasions, and they also defend their tower this way. OG barely took any damage on that, and they claimed their own. N0tail got that one. TP out for Pi, he will be fine.
Okay.
Oh, Sunstrike. Oh, yep.
Oh! Boom! Got him! Edda! Prosta!
Nieta!
Now Russians.
Mid tower is going to go down, so another rotation here from Cloud9.
I think Anna's looking for the deny. I think he might be also a little concerned about the rock that's in front of him. Here comes Tusker. The kick out. Now, well, the call is there from S4. Juggernaut ain't going anywhere apart from potentially down Fada. Nice last strike array, keeping Anna out of the fight. Laguna Blade, S4 limping himself away, holding the belly like indigestion. Back to the dire side of the river. So Juggernaut for Phoenix. A good trade for OG, but they did still, however, lose that mid tower.
Very, very even game right now.
Yeah, a lot closer than game 1.
Yeah, it also feels like going the stretch in this game. It's less obvious who has the better late game. Like Invoker is regarded as one of the absolute best late gamers, but Pugna generally considered a hero that falls off a little bit, and then you look toward Cloud9. Lina scales very well. Timber actually scales very well, even in an offlane position when he has this of a start. MSS is 5-1 with 66 CS. Jugger is a little bit so-so for phases, but he can also be very good late game. So Cloud9 this time, I think, have the tools to win this one if it goes late.
Yeah.
And that means they don't have to feel as stressed to make these moves that they were making in the first game, where OG just counterplayed them very well.
So then it's up to OG to be the aggressors. But that's...
Well, maybe. It depends, because I don't think OG just flat out loses late game either. It's a lot about who gets the jump and Invoker's ability to scale. Both teams can feel comfortable, I think.
The Glimmer gets him so close. He's so close to Fada. They Sunray. They didn't see him. Oh, do they? Yep, there we go. There we go. The burn connects. Fada tries to break free. Here comes your Sunstrike. AUI. He'll actually share the load, but the Lina goes down to No-Tail with a Nether Ward. She cannot commit anything. It's one of those brutal things for Lina where you take the damage before the ability is cast. So even if she wants the Laguna, she'll kill herself.
Yeah.
And still not do the damage.
It's a level 1 ward, by the way.
It's only level 1?
It only gets worse.
True.
It only gets worse. Decrepify is a really good spell. It's been buffed a lot of times now. It's pretty crazy how much this ability does now. 6-second cooldown. 3.5-second duration. Makes things die or not die.
Amplify a hero like Timbersaw who can resist almost every bit of physical damage.
Pugna can make Invoker look really good sometimes.
Yeah.
We didn't actually talk very much about how Decrepify synergizes with their lineup, but it's very good with Phoenix and Invoker. Somewhat decent
they're
with
TPing
Tusk.
top. S4's coming in. He wants the creep wave, however. He doesn't just want to have MSS by himself, but with Call into Sunstrike, rolling Boulder, they'll flip him like, oh!
Oh, it's really close.
Yeah. Meanwhile, on bottom lane, no teleportate. But that Cunning Blade mid-chain. It's like the master of blades.
The top tower did fall
did.
for OG, so at the very least, MSS managed to accomplish that. This move, and like you said, they got the kill on the Pugna. Still very, very even. I'm curious to see if Cloud9 will be looking to, like, just what pace they're going to go with. Because as I said before, they can play it fast, they can play it slow. I don't feel like there's necessarily a problem to either style. But I wonder what they feel. Like, if it's like, we can't let Invoker free farm. We need to go and get stuff done, or we trust in our ability to scale. Because their Lina, for example, is going for a Bloodstone first item, which is generally considered a bit of a slower farming-oriented build-up rather than going for, say, a Eul's first, where you really just want to fight and find picks all the time. The Juggernaut is going straight into Manta. This time, no drum for Envy, so also a bit more maybe far up.
Courier snipe! Courier kick! Had that vitality booster which belongs to Fada. Kicked with the fist.
Yeah.
That's right, he needs the Aghanim for it to be a real. But it's funny talking about like all these items like going into potential late game, like it's the sand transition for Cloud9. No-Tail, I was expecting the Eul Scepter to be coming out on him, like some kind of extra disable or something to amplify him up. But Ether Lens as well as Glimmer Cape, and then going into an Aghanim Scepter is his second one.
This is the... We haven't seen that much Pugna, but I think this is like one of the more standard builds to go for right now. You get the Glimmer for your own defense mainly. Casted range is massively important on Pugna, so I definitely think Lens is almost always going to be a good choice. So you can blast from far away and drain from far away.
Is it worth disassembling him later on as well? Like, you are up against a Timbersaw. I don't know if you've ever thought about building a silver engine of Pugna. But right now, I don't know who else on OG would buy one.
I mean, it's extremely gimmicky. It could happen, but I don't even think he's thought about that option.
Call, Sunstrike, the Blade Mail is down, and that's exactly what you're talking about. It's the counter to the Juggernaut. When Blade Mail is up, Juggernaut goes down. Woo! There goes the pop of the Lich Ulti. It doesn't bounce anymore though, but you've still got a 2-for-3 trade-off. Jirax will go down, stuck inside the Chakram, but now MSS is the one in trouble. Anna sitting in the back lines with all the disable, all the control. But still a 4-for-3 trade-off. No team really coming out fully on top of that one. Maybe OG, just because they're 2 core survived compared to Cloud9 0 core surviving.
Yeah, they get a lot of nice gold on the Pugna Invoker. That's... If they have to keep 2 heroes alive, these are the 2 they want to keep. And in addition, Ana, I think, got 2 or 3 kills as well in this fight. So that's the Sunstrike. I think that's the first kill he gets.
First reveal the Blade Mail as well.
Yep. Actually, don't even think they need it. Axe together with Invoker deals so much damage with this. Very nice Chain Frost. Huge impact on this fight again. I think Paparazzi has been very good at using Chain Frost both games so far. But here is... kills right here. Ana gets 2, No-Tail gets 2.
I'm still wondering if Cloud9 are very happy with that fight, because it felt like they were struggling for positioning. Like, you had No-Tail controlling up perfectly the high ground, just a little bit to the bottom right of the fight. Like, then you had Ana coming in through the other side, and I guess Cloud9 were just trying to retreat back to their tier 2 tower and make the best out of it.
It's a difficult position to fight in for the Radiant. It's one of the best avenues of attack for Dire because they have, like you said, they have multiple ways of coming in and they have the high ground. All things considered, I think Cloud9 should be okay with this. The Juggernaut died before the fight even began, right? So
yeah,
that was kind of a 4 on 5 afterwards.
Envy just got very lucky. The creep wave aggro to OG in the trees. And because of that, their gank got revealed.
S4 didn't break his smoke though. Still on the hunt here. Get a very nice position here in the bottom lane. If this team is able to push into this tower, this could set them up very nicely for a fight.
He has to be. I reckon he had to be tossing up if he was going to creep skip then. Would have dragged the creep wave in perfectly and then beat the living crap out of the tier 2 tower. But it's Cloud9 who are all missing on the map at the moment. The Observe Ward scouting both the Lina and the Timber. Now the Lich, okay, they see everything. And the ES, and they smoked underneath the Dire Observer Ward. S4, which call do you want to go on? They focus over on the Lina. Once again with the Blade Mail, they're able to delete one hero from this fight. How much more is OG able to get into the Nova? Paparazzi as well as AUI having real issues getting out of range of the Nova. And S4 too deep. The Lich Holdy will bounce around. It goes down to Pugna. It's back up into Ana and Axe. They're trying to Sunray heal through this. Now Fly ends up tanking it, but they will survive. The Glimmer negating a little bit of the damage. Snowball up into MSS. Durex needs more space to fight out this one. Underneath the cover of the Nether Ward now Fly. Still very low. 44 HP, but 44 is enough to stay alive. MSS cannot find him on the back line. Eternal Envy into the fight too. He's already burned his Omni Slash. S4 looking for the spins on the wave, letting the Blade Mail do the work. Dong Sparta! Just as they kill each other at the very end of it all. Cloud9 are pushing out hard. They want all the OG calls, but No-Tail sucking them dry for the moment until they'll cut him down with the blades. Paparazzi actually frost blasting No-Tail out.
That was a really long fight. And one of the very surprising things for me in that fight, I'm not sure how much of a replay we're going to get if we're going to get the whole thing from the start, but so it's one thing, like Cloud9 smoke and OG know it. Fatsa was running toward the stairwell and his smoke broke and he just ignored it. He ran through another full 2 seconds just up the hill.
Here's the replay.
So the smoke is already broken. He just keeps going, man. He's just going in. And now he's dead. I don't know if he wanted to get gone on because he has Bloodstone, so he's alive very soon and he's probably one of the better things that can happen, but this Icarus dive from Fly was sick. He actually blocked the rolling boulder out when he was flying in, so they got a bonus kill on the Earth Spirit. If Earth Spirit gets out there, this can get really nasty for OG, because let's be honest, they're diving really deep for this time of the game. This is 22 minutes in. There comes the Omni clutch, again Fly getting out. Yeah, that's pretty much it for that fight after that.
Well, they go and gank up on top.
This is not a replay, guys.
You can say, this is live! As Fly goes down. Cloud9 trying to be really, really aggressive. Got some good wards down as well, but you see OG's lines drawn directly after that. That's actually coming out from Jirax, I believe. Lines say push mid, push bottom.
Fata's going blink here? This is pretty uncommon. I am a really big Blink Dagger fan. I think this item is so good and is still not bought enough in many games, but I don't know.
It's his initiation, the blink Yules.
Yeah, but he doesn't have it.
No, he's got Yules in quick buy.
Exactly, but generally you buy them the other way around because the Yules gives you the mana regen and the save for yourself and stuff. It's very good against Axe to have a Yules in your team. You can counter engage when he goes in for that blink call on the Jugger. It's actually massively important that they get a Yules here that is reliable. So maybe that's why he's getting the blink with it, is that he feels like, okay, I need to always be able to reach Envy and save him from that Axe. But Fatsa is one of the players who likes to stray away from the norm a little bit and buy other items that he likes. We've seen him in the past like revolutionize the ways people played mid. He used to go troll with mech and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like he had a patch where mech was the mid item that he really liked. This time, it's not like this is extremely unorthodox to go for a blink, but it was not what I expected.
It's probably him understanding his position. He needs to survive. You look at the difference in Bloodstone charges. Timbersaur's walking around with 17 Bloodstone charges at the moment compared to the 5 Bloodstone charges of Lina. There's just some heroes who just cannot tank and stay alive throughout these fights. MSS is definitely one of them.
And he already has a Yules, and now he's going Blink too. So they're going to have 2 Blink Yules in the near future to be able to help Envy, and he needs it this game. This is the fights have not been easy for this Juggernaut.
OG's going to miss the gank on him. Envy just left nothing but copies. Ana, well, EMP burn. MSS's worst friend, but with 30 mana regeneration in a second,
might blink stun here.
Can he get him? Blink. Light Strike Array.
Whoa,
it's going to connect to the target. Here comes Jirax, however. Snowball tries to create space, but it will not work. The silence is on point from AUI. And OG lose 2 heroes and probably Roshan as well.
Yep. Most definitely a Roche going the way of Cloud9 here as well. No buybacks.
Well, Fly wants to like kind of mess with him a little bit. S4 is already pressuring top tier 2 tower. It's going to drag MSS out. So right now it's only Envy and Fada inside the pit. I say only. We do have the Night Watchman, AUI up on the cliff. This is Cloud9's drop. Okay, so Envy just basically drew a line saying, let's go bottom after this.
Yep. I think they're going to give this one to Fata.
Yeah, they do.
I think it's a good choice. You could argue that getting the Aegis on the Jugger is very good, so that if he gets Blink Blade Mailed by Axe, then he has a second life and can go back. But the way this is more likely to go down now is that if they jump on Envy, they get that Yule's counterplay and he spins and stays alive. If they jump on Fata, he's just a very quick kill for the other heroes. And he has way more to give in the fight with his second life. Juggernaut will use Omni Slash, and then when that is used, it's like, okay, hope we won. If we didn't, my hero is not that strong afterwards with the items I have. Fata's second life has a lot of value. I like this a lot. Tower?
Yep, tier 2 tower's gone. OG, a tier 3 tower looks like it will come under siege with... Yeah, they're going.
Alright.
You have every ulti up for OG.
This is bold.
And you have...
This is really bold.
Okay, Jirax is TPing back. Everyone's TPing back. It looks like also OG were not expecting this.
No, they forced the TPs and then they got the hell out of there. I don't think they can go in there when there's multiple heroes on defense.
Ana's still playing around the mid. He can't come back. He actually had BTs on cooldown. So he just added as much pressure and space to the mid lane. And then instantly invokes Ghost Walk, just in case.
Yep.
But he got himself a double damage rune. To invoke a hunt time.
I don't think OG want to make aggressive moves now as anything else than a full unit. It's difficult for them to take skirmishes into this Radiant lineup now that they have all these items plus the Aegis.
Yeah.
They want a structured team fight where they can get Blink, Call, Blade Mail into Phoenix. The Blink Call plus Sunstrike is not likely to succeed anymore now that there's this Blink Yules.
Maybe what they want to do is just not fight at all. Force this exact situation.
They found an
yeah, but Ana is all... well, okay, yeah, they can fight top lane. I'm thinking down towards bottom lane if they want MSS. The Sunstrike is going to be able to connect with Call Snaps as well. Here comes your Call once more. S4, all you got to do is drop him down low, and then they can Culling Blade him down. So it looked like S4 was just trying to create space. Meanwhile, on top lane, Notel is still alive. The sentries are down from both sides. Notel makes a break for the tree line. Observer is also planted. The creep wave will take care of that pretty quickly. So Smoke and Mirrors snowball forward. He's going for Eternal Envy. It's not even for Pylai Die. Jirax doesn't even give a crap about the support. He wants the core. The Nova, they're trying to run out. Envy thought for a moment he could run in. In fact, he made his way towards the Nova. Shards fight forward once more. Here comes your Timbersaw, but he got smacked down by the Nova, and Anaris joined the fight as well. The call is out. S4 held them there. The Sunray, he cannot reach Jirax, but the burn will hit onto Fada. Second life available thanks to the Aegis, the Immortal. Timbersaw drained insanely low. AUI wants something more. Notel on the run back out. All of OG are trying to run out, and Notel hides in a crevice. They don't see him. They have no idea. Clueless is the name of this movie.
Cloud9 need detection, man. Like this Glimmer Cape and this Ghost Walk is doing so much. I think
they tried. They put a sentry ward down in the middle of the fight, but the fight progressed so far.
They need a dust finally. Okay, AUI was like, okay, that's enough, man. That's enough. He had 2 moments earlier in the early game where they didn't have dust.
Look at tier 3 tower bottom lane. It just got taken. Ana was pushing the lane out. His Forge Spirits finished the job. He moved so fast to get down there. Involved in the fight, switches to bottom lane. Didn't even BT down there, I don't think.
That last fight, I don't know if we can get a replay of it now, but I think 3 kills were avoided because OG had that Glimmer Cave and the Ghost Walk. Like, in succession, OG could have been run over there. That was an Aegis fight that OG won. They were fighting into Aegis and got away with it. And the position of that fight and the way spells were used, I think, are we seeing it now? Or is this,
No. This is now.
He's just glimmering for fun by now. It's like, yeah, I have a Glimmer Cave. Did you guys know? Because you're playing like you don't. Get a dust! Okay.
No, that's why Jerax is buying a gem next. Get rid of all the possible sentry wards. Plus, there's no one in business running. The pilot does have the 2 dust.
Yeah, and this is crucial. I think. Oh, they bought 2 dusts. Okay, nice. Because I think the Earth Spirit desperately needs a dust in these fights. As I mentioned, very early in the game, he missed like 1 or 2 opportunities, and after that, I was expecting to just see dust all the time. You know, sometimes you slip, you forget it, or you don't have the gold in the right moment because you're buying your Blink Dagger or whatever, and then you just don't have a dust. But until this game ends, detection will not be a problem for Cloud9. I think it's like that. By now, they've been screwed by it too many times to not deal with it for the rest of the game.
Could be smart for OG. Jerax puts down 2 aggressive Observer wards on the top lane, allows him to push the tier 1 tower, but more importantly, because of the damage that Ana did on bottom, the fact they took out the tier 3 tower, these shrines are now exposed. So OG can get rid of Cloud9's Roshan Shrine, which is probably more critical than anything else. With no tier 1 tower in the mid, it'll take them a while to bring in reinforcements and ensure they get the next Aegis to the Immortal.
And they have a good amount of time to take the shrine as well, because the Roshan died 5 minutes ago, so there's still like a good couple of minutes to send in some Fort Spirits or some Nether Blasts and then eventually get rid of that shrine. And I think it should be next on the menu. It's either that or they try to go for a really aggressive play bottom and get Alina Rax, because that tower being gone is a really big deal for the defense of Cloud9, obviously.
A decent way of pushing in through top, and no one going to react to it. Alright, I say that now. I see 4 TPs come to the top lane to react to it.
Oh, this could get... Do OG want to fight this? It's like they do. It's going to be a full-on 5-on-5 if OG go in right now. Envy can very quickly connect. He's going to run through a ward, though.
Oh, there's your taunt. It's over on MSS. Sunstride's kicking in. Jerax in the neighborhood. AUI. The snowball dodges the kick that came from him. S4 had the BKB to protect himself anyway. But the EMP splits the field up. OG, maybe not so certain about going back in just yet. Blade Mail's off cooldown in 1 second, but the BKB won't be available this time. And Ana, well, he was starting his BT out and blinks away, realizing the Fada was going to go for the stun. And they realized it too. They know he had the vision. They pinged the ward out straight away.
Oh, this is classic Light of Heaven. He always pings the shrines. I don't know why. He's pinging the shrine all the time.
They found a target. Blink, Walrus Punch. The Sunstrike actually connects on AUI or Sparta, but the Lacuna Blade Invoker is deleted. The Yules have to follow up Tuskar. Basically shook around, but no! The shards! Jerax understands that positioning, push himself down the hill, trying to dodge the Light Strike array, but that's just too much to dodge. 4 heroes around him, and that is a big pickup for Cloud9. Invoker down, it's good gold, it's good experience.
That was a very optimistic attempt, I think, from OG. So they
Top dead.
Yep.
Bye, Envy. Oh, wait. Yeah.
Didn't even have
Support's
mana
there.
for Calling Blade. He just gets...
Fada's coming in. Pilot A, they get the Frost Fly. He's stuck in the tree line, starts his TP. They need a stun. Fada, too late. And you'll also get S4 back out to safety. Meanwhile, No Tail taking a shrine.
Yep.
Light of Heaven, please ping.
Ping it. Okay, so I think the reason Ana and Jerax went for that attempt they did before, where they both died, was that they have really good vision in the area. You see these this aggressive Dire Observer ward there. But they were so close to the tower, and if that kill doesn't happen instantly and they have a get out plan afterward, then it's going to cost you. And they didn't even get a kill. But ultimately, of course, this kill on the Juggernaut is going to help buy OG time to get their cores back in the game, and it doesn't cost them too much at the end. Stabilizing again, 3k lead for OG. Roche is spawning soon, and the top shrine did not get claimed, so Cloud9 still has that strategic element to play around. And now there's a gem on AUI as well. Dust isn't even enough, guys. Now they got the full package. Gem, dust, sentries.
It's a shame he couldn't have waited longer and just stole it. Jirex is going to buy one.
Yeah. So Jirex is going to carry the gem for OG, and the gem for the Radiant on Cloud9 is on Pile Die, actually. He gave it away with Earth Spirit, because I think he's expecting, I'm going to roll in, I'm going to die.
Sacrificial Spirit.
Yep, pretty much.
You got BTs on fire, so he can join this top fight when he's ready.
Yep.
And both teams are lining themselves up for it, and yeah, there's the TP already.
Tinker Ward from OG.
Roshan's up. The Sigil goes inside the pit. It didn't go in deep enough to look at Roshan. But the Forge Spirits are on a scouting mission. They're going to come in around the back of the smoked up Cloud9. Tinker Ward doesn't see enough. The line is being drawn now by AUI. Beeline to the tier 2 tower in mid. And that's actually the best place to attack. OG I'd say they're not in position to defend from this. They have the low ground, so at least it'll be even ground if Cloud9 come down to them.
This is a very big moment. And nobody finds anything. So OG dodged their smoke. And OG have their own. They're going to smoke themselves, I think, after this camp.
It's like that cliffhanger at the end of Season 1. Don't worry, we'll come back for Season 2 at the end of the next smoke.
OG aren't even checking the...
Yeah, they were literally in front of it, and they didn't have a look. The Forge Spirits should actually go in now. Yeah, the ping just came out from Fly. It's like, you just put the forward, just send one in. It's like, oh, there he is.
They got rid of the top shrine, so Cloud9 don't have that to play around any longer. And Cloud9's smoke failing there is pretty important, because OG, as mentioned, still have their own. What's the timing on these B? 9 seconds on KB for Axe, and Lina is the only other one, right? 2 9 seconds.
And you've got a 10-second BKB on the way for Invoker. He's already finished up his Ags and Octarine.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
BKB and then into Shiva's appears to be the build order for Axe.
Yep. BKB is an amazing item for both teams this game, so it's worth keeping an eye on the status of that.
Is that actually the full Shiva's?
Fatsa never got his Yules, by the way.
He didn't finish it?
He just went for that BKB. So they only have the Yules of Timber still.
Maybe they're happy with that. Like Timber Yules is enough to at least try and save Envy. It's like, apart from that, Envy, at least do it yourself. He's got Manta, he's got Blink Dagger, he's got Spin.
Very, very underfarmed. The big farmers this game are the Lina and the Timber. You can see the CS here. This is not... Jugger is difficult to play in this position, because this hero... I mean, it's just how the game plays out. They need to push the waves, and Jugger is just worse at it than the other two heroes, so they will get more farm. But it's hard to play Jugger like this. He's very underfarmed compared to the other cores, and the hero itself is just not that good.
That's why Nimbiz rune. If he actually felt confident enough to move up the hill, he probably would have died, thanks to the Observer and Sentry again down for Cloud9. It appears every time they want to take a fight around Roshan, like this Obs as well as like sort of Sentry Ward get planted just in front of the pit. Almost every time. It's that same kind of position every time. I say every time in 2 games. Worth of like 4 sets of ward.
Very important place to cover.
Yeah. Just makes it obvious for us for the dodge.
I wonder if Timber is going to reach a stage here where he won't die. Even if he gets jumped on by X plus full Invoker combo and everything, because MSS is getting really tanky. Hood Octarine, he has 3k health, he's close to 25 now.
Yeah, maybe it would have been better for like a Bloodthorn style build coming in from the Invoker.
Could have actually been an interesting choice, yeah. So I think this physical thing could come back to haunt them still.
MSS. Oh, okay, maybe he knows he's that tanky.
Oh, that's a good nether ward placement. Need to get rid of that.
Very difficult. They have to cut the trees to see it.
Like, I don't really want to.
He's really not certain about it. Because he knows if he jumps in that far, potentially Axe can just blink, call him, and then they Sunstrike and just combo. Forcing the rest of Cloud9 to fight underneath the nether ward. Alright, so it's got to be Roshan for somebody. It's like no one wants to take the risk. Okay, that might help. S4 found himself a haste rune. Quick nether ward down from No Tower. Stars his TP out. This is problematic. Notel, do they just cut their losses? No, he's got Glimmer Cape. There are no losses.
None of the reveals were nearby. Both the Lich and the Earth Spirit were far away, so he gets out of that.
And Anna's also not involved. He can't be. His BTs are still on cooldown for 10 more seconds.
Yep.
He was busy farming up, but what's coming on the courier? His BKB is now done. Now they actually want to fight. The fresh 10-second BKB in the 2 9 seconds. That's a lot of immunity for Cloud9 to try and play around.
And the farmed heroes on Cloud9's side are not the Jugger, so that means this BKB for Ana is just as efficient as the other one we talked about. It's going to be impossible to kill almost. Alright, here we go.
Well, Tornado, EMP, yep. All he wants to do is just to lay up MSS. MSS going to Yule Scepter out of the effect of at least the EMP as they push him down, but S4, the perfect call. They dunk down the Timbersaw. Unkillable, I think not. And now they go for more. The quick tornado. It caught Eternal Envy. You said his life was hard. He'll spin, get punched, flip like an omelet from Tusker. They want more. Omni Slash. Tusker needs some help. S4 will tank it. Turns on the Blade Mail. Starts to spins up. And Eternal Envy so low. S4 getting the breath of life from Notel. The Sunstrike's right in the mark. 2 Pilot Eye will fall. Anna has himself a double kill under the protection of his BKB. Sands his ground. He'll look for the gem. MSS will have to gather it up. But here they go. Tusker, snowball forward. Anna does have that gem of True Sight stolen from Cloud9, so he knows he's got the vision win. Not to mention the team fight win. The score might be leveled at 25-25, but OG are in a commanding position now.
Yeah, that was a really good kill on the Timber, and I mean, of course, if it's like a 3-on-1 for a good 10 or 15 seconds, then the Timber is gonna die. And his team didn't really find any good way of connecting there. They got one defensive 4-step off, but didn't really manage to save him, and then when he buys back and comes back in, they find themselves in these awkward positions, and No-Till was, for me, just saving that fight time and time again. Really, really good life drains. Healing of S4. I think he healed him up twice and saved him, and we might be seeing it again here. So here comes the Tornado EMP. Jugger has to spin this, and now spin is on cooldown. Let's get off a pretty good Omni here. That stone kick is far off the mark.
And then S4 tanks it. Like the life that gets given right here. He gets in just in range.
Fata is trying to destroy the Supernova, and he doesn't manage either. If Fata wanted, he could have just killed the Axe there. He could have just gone in and Lagooned him, but he thought the team had control of that and that he could kill the Supernova, and these small things add up and make a really big fight for OG, where slightly different decision-making from Cloud9 would have maybe made that somewhat even.
And now OG's lead really stretches forward. They're approaching 15,000 net worth in front, and Experience has already reached that mark. They are just light years ahead. They've taken almost... Well, they've still got 2 tier 2 towers left to go down. Been very focused on just ensuring the fights win out. And it's making the supports of Cloud9 almost useless. Speaking of which, like the lowest net worth here on the field, Pylai Dai. Dies to Anna, they snowball forward, they're looking towards Fata, the Shafts don't block him in. Instead, Anna actually blinks himself a little bit further away. G-Rex wants to keep going. Looking towards MSS, S4 was not there in time. His blink was on cooldown at the time. Couldn't reach to get the call off. But they'll take the tier 2 tower now.
I think it's high ground time now for OG. They have Aegis, they have the BKB on Ana, the Heart on S4. There's just so much tankiness now, and the Jugger is tickling them still. So,
yep.
Should be able to go in. Ana will do this fairly quickly as well. It's a very farmed Invoker. Nether Blast helping out from the back. Cloud9 gotta do something.
AUI is trying to play silly from the tree line. Gets a silence on Anna, but it won't matter. Notel wants to take the damage. He wanted to actually expend his cheese and keep Anna alive. Anna's still got the Aegis. Blink dodges Chakram. Tornado spam his heart out. Negative 18-second cooldown on that one. And then Nether Blast, Nether Blast, Nether Blast. And they're searching for AUI. Snowball. AUI is going to drag G-Rex in pretty far. In fact, G-Rex is in way too deep. They'll kill him off and maybe get that gem back.
Glimmer Cape, no, not again.
Glimmer Cape, the Sunray, and the Drain from Notel. G-Rex is back to full life. There's Sustain. Right now, it's Team Fortress 2 Medic. You're going to the Omnislash. S4 calls, tanks it himself, realizing his armor. Envy hits like kittens at the moment. He's forced back into his home, but they've already lost a large portion of that home. This is clinical from OG. Literally. Medical. Who needs a dazzle? You don't need a dazzle in this game anymore. Just run a one-position Pugner that's able to make Ana the be-all, end-all of Alakazam.
S4. Oh.
He was looking for it. Almost got AUI. This Timbersaw. He can't even chain away. The Tornado, at least his Yule Scepter will protect him from that. The Sunstrike somehow manages to hit the eye of the Cloud9 4-hero Needle. Oh, confidence from Envy. Call from S4, ineffective.
The problem is for Cloud9 that they're not accomplishing anything. They're just losing towers.
Yep.
There we go.
Here we go. They get one, but the snowball, S4! He's got the call on the back line, starts to spin. The Sunstrike will connect on the mark. AUI will fall. There's your Culling Blade bonus damage for or movement for everyone. And at least Pylite dies. Ulti has done some work. Tuskar will fall. The Geometry sights on the ground. Ana's completely bone dry of mana. But then again, No Tail is wetting his lips on Pylite dies. Something. Call. Lina. Trapped once more. Drained once more. S4 doesn't have his Culling Blade available. Will dodge the stun from Fada. The man who cannot dodge it is MSS. Running outside the base as far away as possible. Do they keep the chase going? It looks like Pugner wants to. Sees the TP and then realizes they come back. But they've already taken the top. They've already taken the mid. And there's the Aegis Immortal. Burnt. Ana now has himself a full-size device. Already replacing the slot. And Fada Piglet it up. S4 will get the call. Perfect chain control. And GG is done. OG had a brilliant one in their group stage at TI6. And they're off to a pretty good start with this 2-0 victory over Cloud9.
Yep, there's still some of those classic OG moments in this game. I think when OG go far in tournaments or even win them, I think the two most deciding factors are that they're very good at understanding when and how to fight, and they set up good conditions to take the fights under. And the other thing is they just have this clutchness in their support duo. Very good at playing save style, at making very quick reactions and quick moves. In this game, I think the Tusk and Axe both counterplayed very well. We saw some great plays. Actually, out of the entire team, all 5 players made counterplays this game.